Here we go. The finals match of Ocarina of Time Bingo Brawlers Exhibition Weekend. Just a reminder to everybody that this is Lockout Bingo, which means that the first player to 13 squares wins. However, they must also block all of their opponent's line opportunities because a line wins. So if a player is able to get a bingo line, either a diagonal, column, or row, they will win the race. But let's take a look at this card here. Center square here, 500 rupees.
And, yeah,
so
you mentioned to me that that's a very fast square.
Yeah, so 500 rupees is interesting because it's not like Omega Rush, okay? Like, you're not going to get it in the first 10 or 15 minutes. But if you focus it, you could get it really fast. So 500 rupees, the base wallet you have in the game holds 99. The next wallet upgrade holds 200. And then the wallet upgrade after that holds 500. So you have to get the biggest wallet and then collect 500 rupees. This sounds like a big task, but if you focused it, you could actually do it pretty fast. And we'll explain how that happens later. Just above that, 30 different Skulltulas. This is my personal favorite goal. I think 30 different Skulltulas is incredible. 30 different Skulltulas. There are 100 gold Skulltulas in the game. You'll need to get 30 of them. I love this goal because players will be chipping away at it throughout the race. And I just think that's really, really interesting. I think it's really cool that it is like that. What are some other stuff on here? We've got a lot of heart pieces. We've got a lot of bosses. Obtain 4 different heart containers in row 5, column 4. That's going to force our players to fight some bosses, which I'm excited about. 7 different bottled contents is really wacky. There's a lot of diversity on this board. And I tried to also find one with a good amount of different stuff than we played yesterday.
Yeah, there's a lot of new stuff here.
Yeah, we have a huge list of goals. Ooh, there's a channel point prediction up.
Oh, let's go.
Getting in.
So question here is also like, 5 Zora area HPs, just heart parts.
Heart pieces.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know why it's HPs and not just heart pieces, because some of the gold text is longer than that. But yeah, so there's not like a strict let's rush this right now goal, but there are quite a few goals that could be achieved in the first 30 minutes. So this is going to be an interesting one because there's no clear I need to rush this. It's just like, okay, let me get set up and go for the mid-game rush. There's like a ton of mid-game rush, I would say.
Yeah.
Fairy Bow is pretty fast. 500 rupees is pretty fast. Beat the Water Temple, surprisingly, doesn't take that long. Bomb Bag 30 is pretty fast. 4 different Heart Container, that's a little long. Both Heart Pieces in Death Mountain Crater, that's pretty fast in the mid-game. Skulltulas and Deku Tree, that's actually a little bit longer than you would think. Yeah, really interested to see what our players do here. Also, just a reminder, our players are playing on the Japanese version of the game. This is just because the text is faster, and so the cutscenes don't take as long. It doesn't change anything meaningful about the game.
And also one more thing. No, that wasn't it. Sorry. But one more thing was we're not doing best of 3s for the main sake of it possibly being 9 hours long if it is best of 3s, which is
exactly
a lot of time for the players, a lot of time for the viewers, and for us. So we're like, you know what? We're just doing one finals match, and it's a one and done type situation, because otherwise these matches can take up to 2 hours and 45 minutes. And that's just doing that 3 times would be ridiculous. So we're just going to go ahead and just do one match instead.
Yeah. So both of our players choosing to get the Kokiri sword here. Not a surprise. For a match that's going to take this long, you're going to need the sword eventually. In a more typical bingo scenario, you might skip it. But our players, even Triforce is just going ahead and equipping it. He's saying, I need this. Let's just lock it in.
And so for like the rupees here, we talked about and like learned yesterday, for all of the new viewers to say, we learned about RBAs yesterday, which is using the bottles to kind of change and modify your inventory pretty much. Could you do that, I guess, for the wallet in this case too? That way you could rush the 500 rupees even a little bit quicker.
Exactly. So one of the fastest things you can RBA is the Pocket Cucko item. That will give you the first wallet upgrade. And then if you get 10 Skulltulas and turn those 10 Skulltulas into the Skulltula house, typically that's what gets you the first wallet upgrade. But all it does in the game's code is increment your wallet upgrade by 1. So if you don't have a wallet upgrade, it just gives you the first one, which is what's supposed to happen. But if you already used RBA to give yourself the first wallet upgrade, then you will receive the second one for getting 10 Skulltulas. So
Right.
10 Skulltulas is not a high barrier to entry. You can get 10 pretty quickly, which is really, really nice. Also, Triforce excellently escaping the forest there. It looks like RG actually went into the shop. So we're actually, okay, so this is really cool. We didn't see a lot of version differences yesterday, but we're going to see one here. So our players are actually playing on 2 different systems. Ocarina of Time has been released many times over the years. But the original release, the so-called 1.0 release on the N64, that's what RunnerGuy is playing on. And as you might imagine, there are some glitches that exist in the 1.0 release that don't exist in further releases. Triforce is playing on the Wii Virtual Console release of Ocarina of Time, known as 1.2. It was the 3rd release of the game. There aren't a ton of changes other than the reason Tri prefers to play on, you can see he's getting Skulltulas here. The reason Triforce likes to play on Wii Virtual Console is because it loads way faster. It loads faster, there's less lag, pausing is faster, it looks a lot better. I also play on Wii Virtual Console for those reasons. Excellent water extended super slide there from Triforce. But RunnerGuy playing on N64 has access to a version exclusive trick that we actually allow. There are quite a few version exclusive glitches that we ban in Bingo, but this one we allow because it levels the playing field a bit. Because as you might imagine, Wii Virtual Console just strictly loading faster gives them a huge advantage. So to level the playing field, we allow a trick called blank A. So basically what RunnerGuy is going to do here is he is beelining for Bottom of the Well. And Bottom of the Well is this dungeon in Kakariko Village where you're able to get bomb chews. Yeah. And as we saw yesterday, explosives really open this game up. The game goes from a linear game to an open world game with the use of explosives. The glitches you can do with explosives are super powerful. And so while Tri collects the bottle here, RG is either going to do the bottle and then Bottom of the Well or just go straight to Bottom of the Well. Probably the former. But the options for getting bomb chews in Bottom of the Well, there are a few different ways. Triforce will probably have to do something called Corpse Push, which is a very difficult trick. Meanwhile, RunnerGuy can do a faster and way easier trick because he's on N64. So that is something we will see in a moment.
Both doing currently the chicken quest for a bottle.
Yes, as we saw yesterday, bottles are super powerful. Bottles allow you to manipulate your inventory, amongst other things, including they act like an ocarina sometimes. So bottles are really, really good. This is very standard Ocarina of Time bingo fodder. First 10 minutes, you're just getting the bottle and explosives. That's basically almost always the case, unless there is a rush goal.
Yeah. So, and like for anyone at home that doesn't know exactly what's like to look out for, pretty much the players really aim for getting bottle, explosives, and shield. That's like their 3 like main things that they want to use to traverse the whole world as it is and use all the glitches possible, at least most of the glitches possible and skips that they can do to get to the other areas and objectives in the, on the bingo board. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I want to see this new well thing that you're talking about because I don't think we saw that yet.
We didn't see really any of it yesterday, surprisingly, but I think both of our players are going to do it here. At least I'm assuming, because child explosives seem pretty powerful on this card, I think. Powerful enough, at least, that RunnerGuy is choosing to forego equip. Yeah, okay, we're both doing it. Okay, so our players have saved Navi here. They're going to do a cutscene dive, which I explained in the video at the beginning of the stream, but basically talking to Navi and falling through water. Now, Tri is going to set up something called Corpse Push, like I mentioned. So named because you are going to get pushed by a falling dead Skulltula corpse, and it's going to push him out of bounds. That's the Skulltula right there. So he's going to use that big Skulltula there to get out of bounds. He's going to hit it once, and now he's going to get into position for the setup. This setup is extremely technical. And requires several frame-perfect inputs, so he's going to be pause buffering quite a bit. Get the right position here with a specific setup. Now he's waiting for a certain frame in the Skulltula's animation. Meanwhile, on RunnerGuy's screen, we're going to see the exact same entry into Bottom of the Well, but watch how much quicker RunnerGuy is able to get the bomb chews here. Tri is going to struggle with all this nonsense and do this annoying setup. RunnerGuy is literally just going to turn around, press A, and throw a Deku Nut at the same time. And now he has this really weird state that is only possible on N64, where Link now sort of has the properties of the crawl space without being in the crawl space.
Oh.
And is able to get out of bounds.
Wow, that was so fast.
And RG is already there. So you can see RG was behind from having to go into the shop and buy the sticks and the Deku Nuts, but now he's already ahead just due to how fast this is.
And why is
Try
there
successfully
water?
out of bounds as well. Okay, so that's a great question. So this is actually, and first of all, great job to both of our players getting this trick. Both versions not free. Tries especially very difficult, but early explosives is achieved. And it looks like RG is actually going for a bottom of the well Skulltula here. Tries doing it as well, but setupless. So both of our players are doing something called a vine clip here, where they grab a vine at the same time as taking damage. And they're going to clip into more of that out of bounds water to move around bottom of the well. Oh, and they're getting the gold rupee. Yes, they're getting the gold rupee. Okay. So we need gold rupees, and there is a gold rupee chest in this mini boss room. So both of them are doing that. Okay, why is there water out of bounds? Domo, great question. Actually, in a lot of video games, weirdly, imagine you're a developer for a video game, and you need to place water in a huge area, right? Would you go through and really meticulously place the water so it ends exactly at the edges? Or would you do what almost every developer in the world has done for like 30 years?
Put it there.
Yeah, just do a huge plane of water that, extends out of bounds, but it doesn't matter because 99.999% of players will never see it.
Right, right.
So in Ocarina of Time, there's some water that extends downwards as well. This is, I think, in bottom of the well, that's because the water can be drained. And because there are a couple of parts in bottom of the well where you do swim through water that's actually somewhat deep. And so there is this water in bottom of the well that extends like infinitely downwards. Or not infinitely, but for all intents and purposes. And this allows us to maneuver around out of bounds really nicely. The same thing is applicable in Water Temple. Ooh, okay, so RunnerGuy is waiting for night here. So the easiest 7 Skulltulas in the game, like a really quick set of 7 skulls, is right here in Kakariko Village at night as child. So right when it turns night, RunnerGuy is entering back in because he's about to get 7 Skulltulas literally for free. And Try is thinking about doing it too. He's not sure. He's thinking.
It's crazy. They're both doing the exact same thing. Where yesterday everyone was doing something a little bit different, like already like 10 minutes in. So this has to be like that center square. I think both are just like really booking for it pretty much.
I agree. Yeah, I think they see that center square and they want it. I mean, that's evidenced by the fact that, we're both collecting Skulltulas here, and RG definitely has an undeniable lead. Yeah, so Gargoyle in the chat brings up a great point. 500 rupees early is obviously tough, because if you spend money, you lose the goal until you get the money back. However, there are quite a few goals on the board that require spending money. And so I think there might be an interesting dynamic here of like trading it back and forth potentially, where they might mark and unmark and mark and unmark the 500 rupees, or they might just wait until they actually have it. I don't know. But this is a pretty standard route through Cack Skulls here.
Yeah, so for any of the like Elden Ring bingo watchers that don't know what's going on, so pretty much like there's a ruling in OOT bingo, which is if you don't actually have it once you've claimed it, you have to give it up. So pretty much if you have, for example, I know it's not really necessarily really possible unless you like RPA it or whatever, but 3 elemental arrows and then all of a sudden you lose light arrows, you have to unmark that square because you technically don't have it anymore. Whereas in Elden Ring bingo, if you have 3 larval tears and then you use one, then if you have 3 larval tears and you mark that square and then you use one, you don't unmark it because you've already gotten it, so it doesn't matter. So in this case, in OOT bingo, if you actually spend whatever you got on a square, you have to unmark it, which makes it very interesting for sure.
But you can get it back. You can get that square back, which is very interesting. And we have a route diversion here. So it looks like RunnerGuy is going to Lon Lon Ranch and Try is going to Kokiri Forest here. RG is probably getting some. They're both doing skulls. No doubt there. because they will need 30 eventually. So they're getting a lot here as child, and Tri is also getting his shield here, which is very nice.
Are we just going for the 2 skulls here in Lon Lon Ranch, I'm assuming, not the crazy ones?
Yeah, so the goal for all 4 is on the board, I think. Yeah, all 4 Lon Lon Ranch skulls is on the board, but RG, I think, is just getting 2 of them for now, which is kind of interesting. You don't want to 2-trip really any locations. As much as you can avoid it, you don't want to go somewhere twice. Because, you know, coming to Lon Lon Ranch requires you to, like, walk here, go through the, you know, the load zone, whatever. But RunnerGuy doesn't even have a shield, I don't think, so he can't hover up to those other 2 skulls. So he's fully just leaving them for now, which I think is really interesting.
I think he's just like pretty much literally full on rushing, like just getting the nearest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, at this point.
I think he's just trying to get as many skulls as he can to rush 30 and the center square. Because they're on the same line as well. I mean, you know.
Nice slide.
Yeah, really nice S here from Triforce. And setting up the mega flip here. Or he's setting up for... Yeah. Okay. A little...
The guy's like, get the fuck out of the way. I'm rolling here.
And this is wasting bomb chews for Tri, which you do not want to see. Wasting bomb chews is really tough. He's now really low, actually. Only 4 chews. I don't know that that's going to be sufficient. Either that or he's what we call chew perfect. So chew perfect is really not great. That's when you have none to spare. So the tricks he has left, he requires all of them that he has. Is that a heart?
No.
No.
2 sticks and a rupee.
He's kind of fucked because he needs 3 hearts, I think. Oh, he's doing chewless. Okay. Okay, so he is loading and reloading this area. The collision for this statue is hopefully going to disappear if he's able to get the setup. I don't know that he knows the setup. Is he just going to go? Dude, this is tough. This is a tough spot for Tri.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so he's through here, but now he has... Now he's chew perfect. Ah, this is so nerve-wracking, dude. Is he rushing something? There's no hearts, dude. He's gonna burn his shield. There's no way he has time. There's no way he has time. If the heat timer hits 0 when you're Child Link, it burns your shield.
Yeah, and they have to buy a new one. Well, he does get it.
Okay, he gets the heart piece.
Yeah, he's shaking his head, too. He's like, I don't know if this is a good idea.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Dude, my hair is looking insane. Let's go. Okay, so he is doing both heart pieces in Death Mountain Crater. The second one he doesn't need shield for. So he is, like, quote-unquote fine, right? But he's lost a lot of time to messing up that trick, messing up his chew placements. He's lost his shield. Very, very nerve-wracking early situation here for Tri. He is actually going to take the safe route, which is where he is going to exit the top and reload just to restart that heat timer.
And we got to see a Door of Time skip here from RG as well. Currently going adult right away, too.
Yeah, nice dot skip from RG. This is going to be a lot of information for RunnerGuy. So Triforce marking a child goal, and RunnerGuy is going to be like, oh, okay, we're not competing on the early adult stuff. Also, if I'm Tri, I get the Skulltula here. But there's a Skulltula at the top there that's relatively fast. I would have gotten that, but that's okay.
So is there anything else that, besides the 500 rupee center square that both of them are rushing for, obviously, is there anything else that is kind of supposed to be kept an eye on as well?
I think Bomb Bag 30. I think Bomb Bag 30 is probably an early rush. If I'm not mistaken, you can RBA straight to Bomb Bag 30, I think. I think you RBA Kujiro with Bugs, I think, is Bomb Bag 30. If I'm not crazy, or maybe it's Fish.
And for those at home, by the way, that don't know what RBA is, pretty much how that kind of works. Okay, I'm gonna say it, and if I'm wrong, or whatever, Adolf, obviously correct me.
Go for it, King. Yeah.
So pretty much, it's something bottle adventure. I forget the R part.
Reverse
bottle adventure. Okay, and pretty much how that works is, in lamest terms, is you have a bottle, and then you store the bottle into your B button. And then what you do is then one of the C point, like the 3 items that you have on like Tri-Skin, where he has like a stick, a bottle, and a bomb chew, you change one of those you load one of those, I should say. And depending on the number, so like Sticks has 0 and Bomb Chew has 1, depending on the number that it has, we'll replace it with that said item in like a list of directories, pretty much. So like you have like a list of items in the game, numerized 1 through God knows how many items are in the game, and whatever number that is, that's what you would get for that instead.
You're pretty close. Okay. You're pretty close. So you kind of almost explained bottle adventure instead of reverse bottle adventure, which is interesting. Okay. But you're basically there. I mean, look, all you need to know about RBA is that something that's not a sword will wind up on your B button, usually a bottle, hence why it's called reverse bottle adventure. And changing the contents of your B button, the game really does not like that. And so it will attempt to, it looks to your C right button. So Triforce currently has Bomb Chews on his C right button. And the combination of whatever's on C right, so Bomb Chews for Tri, and whatever's on your B button, a bottle, those 2 things multiply, and that goes to the item list. And it manipulates that item in your inventory. So for example, if you have a bottle on C right, and you have a bottle on your B button, you will wind up creating a bottle in your 3rd bottle slot in the pause menu. Or if you have, let's say, I don't know, what's a fun one? We'll just go with the standard one that will probably be used. If you have a bottled Poe on your C right button and a bottle on your B button, you will manipulate how many Bomb Chews you have. It manipulates your ammo count. If you have a bottle on your B button and the blue chicken Kojiro on your C right button, you will affect your equipment status screen, which is, you know, your bomb bags, your quivers. It affects how much stuff you can hold, your strength. You said the bottle usually lands on B. So I said usually as in it is usually a bottle that you are using, but it is intentional. You choose what you put there. And the bottle is just the most powerful because the bottle is a thing you can actually update. If you put a sword on your B button, the sword doesn't change. It's just a sword. But the reason the trick works is because you can change the bottle. You can catch stuff in it. You can empty it. There's lots of power there.
Yeah, the bottle pretty much is almost like a directory search. It's kind of like how you can treat it, right?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so Tri has sort of been just like Sorry, Dom, I interrupted you.
No, you go. I'm just gonna say, like, it's pretty fascinating that is like just such an in-depth thing for a basic bottle item in a game. You know, you don't think like when you play the game, you're like, oh, it's just a bottle. That's cool. I can put things in it. And then it's like, I don't think you understand. you could make anything with this bottle.
Well, so that's what's crazy is like the thing I always say about OOT is like people always come into my chat and they're like, oh, this game is so broken, and I'm like, yes, but the remarkable thing is that it holds together fine. Like, it takes all this abuse that we constantly throw at it, and, like, it doesn't crash very much. It doesn't lag very much. Like, the game runs really well.
Yeah.
Which is the most impressive part to me. Although, and I didn't mention this yesterday, but I'm going to mention it today because I think it's interesting and it adds drama. Triforce is playing on the Wii Virtual Console version, like I mentioned earlier, and the Wii Virtual Console version is faster most of the time. It's got better load times. It's got less lag. However, there is this fun little thing, this silly little quirk of the Wii Virtual Console that we call the Wii VC Crash, or just the VC Crash. Whenever you're playing the Wii Virtual Console version of the game, typically when you've had it open for a long time, there is a small chance that the game can just crash from nothing. So, like, for literally no reason, the game will just crash. It sucks. It's awful. It's truly terrible. And you lose progress to the last time you saved, and you have to full reboot your console.
Oh, wow.
You have to like fully power cycle the console. So something to look out for is we are hoping Tri does not have a VC crash today, but you never know. That could be an equalizer. Both of our players getting their Hylian shields at basically the same time, just from 2 different outlets.
Yeah, both not really rushing that 500 rupees like we expected, I guess. They're both kind of like dancing around a little bit.
I think the rationale is that they're going to have to spend money. So I think they're just not worrying too much about it because they're like, well, I'm going to have to trade this square later anyway.
Honestly, I don't see... I see why RG, by the way, went for those 2 Sculptulas in Lon Lon Ranch early is because we have 4 Lon Lon Ranch Sculptulas anyways on row 1.
Sure.
So him just like being like, okay, I'm gonna grab those 2 for now, and I can always come back later for the other 2. You know. What do we time? By the way, I'm gonna say 49.
48. I have
chat. What time do you think he's gonna end the race here?
Oh, 49. Oh, tough. Anytime you get hit by fire, that's like a full added second. 49 is solid. Anything sub 50.
It's Jover.
We're both cooked.
Yeah, we're cooked.
Anything sub 50 is solid. 48 is pretty good. 47 is really good. 46 is goated. 46 is like triple S tier. You're the goat. This will be like a 51 or a 52.
53. Wow.
Tough. You hate to see those flames.
That's a toughie tough. Also,
looks like
Tri is adult now.
So Tri's in the Master Sword cutscene here, and this is again the sort of like midway point where you get to plan your route. And I think he's just looking a little maybe disappointed in how his child segment went. He doesn't look super overly pleased with the outcome. I'll be curious in post-game interview to know like what the plan was. But he's looking a little bit disappointed, so I'm curious. Obviously, you know, there's a square lead, but RunnerGuy has a massive time lead at the moment, I think.
Yeah.
RunnerGuy is well out of the adult Master Sword cutscene, and he's already done most of the adult setup already. Like when you first go adult, you have to do a bunch of standard stuff. You need the hook shot, you need the shield, like blah, 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 blah. RG has already done all that stuff. And so Tri is like massively behind on those things. So although there's a square lead, I think there's a huge like temporal difference here.
Question. Fairy bow. Yes. I have never gotten that. Where do you get
That's just the bow. That's just the bow.
Oh, okay.
It's just called the fairy bow.
Really? Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I was about to say, like, I've never heard of this extra bow before. Okay.
Yeah, no. It's just called fairy bow. In other Zelda games, it's called the Hero's Bow.
Yeah.
I think specifically because it's an homage to this game. But yeah, it's the bow in every Zelda game that has a bow up until OOT, which is Zelda 1, Zelda 2, and A Link to the Past. It's just called the bow.
Mm-hmm.
And then in this game, they called it the fairy bow. And then in Wind Waker, it's the Hero's Bow. I think in Majora's Mask, it's also called the fairy bow, but it might also just be called the bow in Majora's Mask. I don't know. This is unimportant.
You're good. No worries. What is RG doing here right now?
RG's getting skulls. So he got a skull there. Also, there's an added benefit to coming here. Also, RG has 10 skulls, so he's about to have the biggest wallet upgrade for that 500 rupee cap. Something weird is that area that RG just went into, whenever you go there, it becomes nighttime everywhere. And so we can use that to our advantage because RG started the adult trading sequence, and the first thing in the adult trade sequence is an egg, and you need the egg to hatch, but it requires 1 full day night cycle to hatch. But if you set it to night, you don't have to wait for it to become night.
Right.
And so it saves like
egg.
It's like fewer than 20 seconds, but it's something. And if you need that Skulltula anyway, like, hey, why not? All right, so RG is setting up RBA here. He's going to do something called Quick Draw, which is where he's going to draw the sword out of a bottle right as he hits the water. Looks like he got it. Swipe over that B button, and bada bing, bada boom, we got bugs on B. He's going to catch this Poe and C right to manipulate his bomb chew count, like I said earlier. So he's going to drop. Although you can't see it, his bomb chew count just became 20. And when he catches, it's going to become 29. So now he has 29 bomb chews. And that 20 is the item value of an empty bottle. 29 is the item value of bugs. To try to explain why things are happening the way they're happening.
And now, however, he cannot use...
Yeah, so when you go adult, really interestingly, this is just a huge, like, a coincidence that plays to our favor as OOT players. When you go adult, the game tries to equip some items that adult would have, because there's stuff adult can't use that child has. So when you go adult for the first time, when you're playing Ocarina of Time, it gives you some items that the adult can have. Typically, this is Deku Nuts and bombs get auto-equipped. However, we don't have bombs yet, but it still equips this like fake bomb icon. And the beauty of this is that even though we don't actually have bombs in our inventory, so long as we never unequip this fake bomb icon, if we create a bomb bag using RBA, we can still use the bombs even though we never get them. Incredibly convenient, super coincidental, and just so happens to make what we do possible.
Question also, if you have that icon active, the same way we see it on Triforce's screen right now as well.
Yeah.
If you then get like a bomb drop from bushes, can you then actually use those bombs too, or no?
Yes. Well, so you can't get bomb drops unless you have a bomb bag. So like the requirement for bombs coming out of bushes is two things. One, you need to have a bomb bag, which RunnerGuy is going to get by RBAing Kajiro right here, the blue chicken. Mm-hmm. And then you also need something on that bomb slot in your inventory. It doesn't have to be bombs. It can just be anything. Yeah. So as you see, there's a bottle in that slot in RunnerGuy's inventory, and that's from dropping and catching bugs with bombs on C, right? So you need a bomb bag. Oh, you can get drops with just the icon, but no bomb bag means when you pick them up, nothing happens. Got it. Okay. That's just such a rare interaction. I didn't know that. He got bomb bag 30 for just a second now. Yeah, I guess he could have marked and unmarked. He had it for literally like 40 frames. But we don't need to go into that. But yeah, anyway, so basically all you need to know is that by use of this bottle on B, RunnerGuy has now created bombs out of thin air. So like the most powerful item in the game are bombs, like bar none. And now he has them.
Sick. And
so
there's
now
a
he's
golden
going to
rupee
collect
chest.
some rupees. Yeah, beautiful. So that's going to put him at 200 rupees. Technically, it would have been optimal to get the bigger wallet before doing that. Oh, no, he does have
He has it, yeah.
Let's absolutely go. Okay, so he's up to 300 rupees. Ooh, okay, so Triforce is doing something a little interesting here. Instead of going out to Ganon's castle to change it tonight, also they're literally frame for frame matched right now.
Oh, that's so sick, dude.
That's really funny. Triforce is going to do some Skulltulas here. Also, he was going to do a Hess there and then just like misdrop the chew. Or maybe that's a setup?
Oh, that was
Dude,
cool.
What?
That was so cool.
That's so sick. That's a setup to blow up that wall? Bro, I need that. That's so cool.
You just walked in so casually.
The way it was found was a missed Hess. That makes sense.
Look at him run. Okay, so, but, Try now is going for, what is he going for? Because he's going for top of Death Mountain.
Let's take a look at the board here. We've got... Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, actually. Try is, I think, just collecting Skulltulas. I think he's just getting a few Skulltulas here while he waits for the day-night cycle to try to make some time. So he netted 2 instead of 1 from just going to Ganon's castle, which is kind of nice, I guess. Oh, wow. He's going to get a bonus here in Goron City, maybe. So you can see, since Tri still has bugs on his B button, he can just keep giving himself bomb chews.
Yeah.
He just is giving himself bomb chews over and over and over again.
Oh, I think we have 500 here. No, we have 499, I think, actually.
He's waiting. He's not sure.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Nice.
500 rupees there for Runner Guy. Center square claimed. Again, it could be unclaimed. Yeah,
as soon as he spends money. Yeah. Very nice, though. Very nice. 1-1 right now.
And that center square, as we know, is just so good to have. The board positioning is so solid on center square.
Mm-hmm.
Tie game here. Entering the 35-minute mark.
And I was going to just mention real quick for people at home that haven't seen really OOT bingo before, it's very much like a slow burn into like it will start moving faster and faster and faster the farther we get into the match, pretty much when it comes to squares. Yeah. Like in Elden Ring bingo, sometimes it's like 4, 5, 6 squares get marked in like the first 15 minutes because there's rush stuff, and then you go into like mid game / late game. And this one it's like a bit more of a slow burn into like going into like the high octane action.
Absolutely.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. You'll notice that both of our players are collecting all these rupees, and I think that's because Tri knows, A, he's going to have to spend a lot of money during this, but B, he may have to contest the center square at some point. And so he's sort of doing double duty here. Also, I think gold rupee chests are on the board. You'll see at... column 4, row 4. So it's on a diagonal, all 6 gold rupee chests. So there's a lot of money management in this particular card, which is one reason why I picked it. I think that's an interesting facet of bingo that doesn't get shown a lot. Of like, okay, there's a lot of money opportunity here. And guys, we live under a system of capital. We love money. Let's get money.
Show me the money.
Show me money.
Where's my money?
I think that was my Regis Philbin, but I didn't try very hard. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know that I have. Do I have a pocket Regis? Let's give it a shot.
Do you have a Regis?
Let's give a. Who wants to be a millionaire? No, not really. All right. Well, I tried.
Let me think. Let me think real quick.
That's kind of what he sounds like.
He's
right?
he's kind of tricky. You know, you're right. He's kind of tricky.
He's got that nasally like.
Yeah. This guy is cuckoo.
Chat, why be based when you can be cringe and free? Okay.
Mushroom.
Yeah. So weirdly, the reason you pull the mushroom up there, you can't like hand someone a trade item while that text is on screen that says potion shop. Obviously, I don't think you can read Japanese, but that's what it says. It says potion shop or like old hags potion shop or something. When that text is on screen, you can't give an item away. But if you pull the mushroom up, it gets rid of that text more quickly.
Oh.
So it's for a long time, I thought it was just, for years, I thought it was just, oh, you just have to pull the mushroom twice in this room. No, it's because you're getting rid of that text on screen, is my understanding. Okay, Runner Guy's going to be fishing for bomb drops here. Instead, he gets 10,000 hearts.
Where is Defeat Meg? Where is that?
That's in Forest Temple.
Okay.
So
it's one of the painting pose.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's the fourth and final one. So you have to do all 3 of the other ones, and that unlocks the purple Poe. So it's deep in Forest Temple. Also, Runner Guy just with terrible bomb drop luck here. Okay, so Tri is trading in for Kajiro here. I'm curious if he just claims bomb bag 30. I haven't really thought much about the RBA on this card, to be honest with you, so I'm not sure if there's any big ramifications of this. I know that if you drop with Kajiro on C-Right, you get bomb bag 30, but you also mess up your quiver, I think. Okay, he is just catching. So I think they're just committing to doing that later. Doing that goal later, both of them are.
So right now, after rupees kind of being off the board, bomb bag being the next big thing is probably.
I guess not.
Or the dongo.
Link 11 in the chat saying bomb bag 30 would forfeit Meg, elementals, and 7 GTG keys. because when your quiver is messed up, you like can't shoot arrows, and you need arrows for all of those things. But yeah, let's take a look at the board here and see what good synergy.
Yeah, what kind of synergies do we have here?
Defeat King Dodongo decently fast. Let's look at. There's a good amount of bosses on the board, which complements 4 different heart containers nicely. 1 Skulltula from each adult dungeon. They'll be whittling away on that over the course of the match. Defeat a White Wolfos. Is there any Iron Boots on the board?
There is 3 boots and 3 tunics.
Okay, so defeat a White Wolfos and 3 tunics and 3 boots. That's an Ice Cavern synergy. So both of those goals are attainable on the way to Ice Cavern, basically. So that's good.
Is there any other reason to go to Ice Cavern, though? Doesn't seem like it.
So on the way to Ice Cavern, you'll get 1 of the tunics. And then in Ice Cavern, you'll get a White Wolfos and Iron Boots.
Well, no, I know. But I mean, like just the location itself beyond that. I guess like the 5 Zora heart pieces.
The Zora area heart pieces. 2 of them are in the fountain as adult.
Okay.
And you'll need Iron Boots for 1 of those. So yeah, quite a few options for the Zora area heart pieces. Many of which are fast. Try finally getting hookshot here at the 40-minute mark. Very, very interesting.
I'm assuming once someone goes for Din's Fire, it's going to be like letting them know, like, hey, oh, someone went back to Child.
Exactly.
Much, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to be Child to get Din's Fire.
I would expect them both to avoid that goal like the plague.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want to do like once you go adult, you want to stay an adult as much as possible for as many squares as possible until you have to transfer.
Precisely, yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay, so RG doing another RBA here to get some songs.
There's a little bit of dead ends. It feels like the Beat the Water Temple, Din's Fire. Those seems kind of like why do I want to do that at any point in time right now kind of thing. There's like no connection really.
It is like a risk versus reward of like, okay, well, it gets me a goal, but it doesn't really synergize with anything.
Well, 1 Skulltula from each adult dungeon. I guess there's that, but...
There's that, and also heart containers. If you beat the Water Temple, you're going to walk right past Morpha's heart container. So that is nice. You're going to need to beat 4 bosses during the course of this bingo to get that goal. Yeah, interestingly, I mean, neither player really has any info on what the other person is doing right now. Even though RunnerGuy marked most recently, it didn't really reveal very much.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah, it's one of those hidden squares, right? Like you can do it anywhere at any time kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to kind of pinpoint what the hell actually happened.
Try is just continuing to collect skulls here. I wouldn't be surprised if he has over 20 at this point, or maybe almost 20.
RunnerGuy seems a little upset. He keeps shaking his head. He just keeps going I guess maybe he's like, oh, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that or something.
He's had very bad bomb luck. Maybe that's what he's a little upset about. He broke
Possibly.
the grass patches in Graveyard 50 times. Yeah, both of our players do seem a little tilted. We love Lockout. Okay, so RG is going to pull a trade item, or as we call them, a cutscene item, as he comes up these stairs. And that is going to unload the ice that's typically freezing King Zora. So this is going to get him a tunic.
Can we get a little scoot action?
No scoot, unfortunately. That's only his child when you give him Rudo's letter.
Right. Unfortunate.
But it does look like both of our players may be going for this Zora area synergy here, which is really interesting to me because we might see a potential snipe one way or the other. Tri has a slight advantage on heart pieces because he got one as child, whereas I don't think RunnerGuy did. So
wait, this right here counts still as a Zora heart piece?
Yeah, so Zora River, Zora's Domain, and Zora's Fountain are the three.
Okay.
All 3 of these areas we count, since it says Zora in the name.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay.
So if I'm Tri, I get this heart piece. Yeah, okay, he is. There's a heart piece right behind him. There it is. Of course, there's a setup. Oh yeah, Try does have Goron Tunic. So Try might be able to snipe these goals. Okay, he's just going to go for the standard. Go for a Mega Flip here.
Nice.
Or a Mega Side Hop, that's fine.
And we're already in Ice Cavern here for RG.
Yeah, in Ice Cavern, but Runner Guy will be behind on Tunics because Try already has the Goron Tunic. So I think that Try will maybe be able to snipe both of these goals. White Wolfos, Runner Guy will get. Runner Guy will get the White Wolfos first, most likely, unless something really bad happens.
Is Ice Cavern considered an adult dungeon? No, right?
Yes, yeah.
It is. Okay, okay.
So pardon me. It's not considered an adult dungeon in the case of the goal because we don't call... I thought you were just asking, do you typically do it as adult? The answer to that is yes. But no, so we call the dungeons the things that like are, you know, the required story progress. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
The things that give you like a medallion or a stone when you beat them, that's a dungeon.
Okay. Cool.
Whereas this and Bottom of the Well are sort of like mini dungeons.
Yeah. Me when I try to hookshot bats out of the air.
Me when I'm Link in The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Me, yeah.
Okay, RG's getting blue fire here. So we do have 7 different bottled contents on the board. This is a really interesting square. Because there are a lot of different things you can put in your bottle in this game, but many of them are super out of the way. And so blue fire is really only here in Ganon's castle, so he's just getting it now to have it, I think.
Yeah, and chat, if you don't know what's going on, don't worry. Some of the times I don't either, but you're more than welcome to ask questions and be like, hey, what exactly are they thinking? What are they doing? And we'll try and simplify it as best as we can, you know?
Yeah, there is a big barrier to entry on bingo, but the bottom line is person with most squares wins. And if you played this game growing up, you'll at least know what most of the goals are. Like, you know, beat Fire Temple meet. Oh, wait, RG just used blue fire. Why did he do that? He seemed really upset about it, too. RG's like...
Maybe he just thinks it's worth it.
I guess so, but he's like, seems Omega tilted at the moment.
There it is, Wolfos.
I think he just wanted to get White Wolfos down.
That's going to tell Try, though, that, you know, he's maybe contested on 3 tunics and 3 boots.
Yeah, but what's interesting is that when in a second here, RG doesn't mark 3 tunics and boots, Try is going to be really confused, I think. Or just know, okay, maybe he didn't go for Goron Tunic.
Yeah.
Oh, and RG, okay, doesn't get the Serenade cutscene skip as well. So he has to watch this huge cutscene that Try is almost certainly going to skip. And it's possible that's because of glitched health, which is something I explained yesterday, where you can have health in increments of 1/8.
Yep.
When it looks like it's only in increments of 1/4. Great job avoiding the blue keys here from Try. Good amount of Skulltulas too. I'd be really curious to know Try's skull count.
Yes, we're kind of like... Sorry,
I think it's quite high.
I think for both of them it's kind of high, the Skulltula count.
Yeah, probably. I would wager they're both in the 20s or somewhere nearby at this point. Okay, so Try's going to go for a Hess here to clip through this red ice that Runner Guy used his blue fire on.
I take it that placing the bomb and then blocking with the shield is just to help with positioning. It also allows you to do the whole backflip stuff and not take damage while doing that. Is that right?
Yeah, the shield is required to do the ground jump, which is the thing that allows you to literally just like jump up in midair. Okay, Try does not have glitched health. You can tell by the way that it is. No, when he gets hit by this White Wolfos and it does a half heart every time, Try knows, okay, my health count is accurate. There's no nonsense. There's no silliness here. Also, Try is about to snipe this goal from RG, which I think is going to be really, really interesting. Try needs to get this frame perfect here. There's 2 more frames to the frame he needs. That's 1. He needs 1 more frame. 1 more frame here. There it is. Press A.
And for anyone wondering, pretty much what he's doing is he's killing himself while opening the chest so that he dies while getting the items that the cutscene does not happen afterwards.
Exactly. Is that not... Oh, he doesn't have hovers yet. Okay. He doesn't have hover boots yet. That's right. So I really thought that would be marking the square there, but I'm stupid. They both still need hover boots. So Tri is going to leave really quick and get 2 heart pieces out here. There's 2 quick ones right out here, and this will give him 5 Zora area heart pieces as well, I believe. Yeah, this will be 5 because he got 1 as child, 2 out in the river as adult, almost with that jump slash. So this is 1, and then he's going to iron boots down to the 2nd, and then he needs to go get the hover boots ASAP.
Tri's still in the lead at the moment with that Goron tunic.
Yes, correct. Very slightly. Very slight lead.
Okay. RunnerGuy's getting a couple of bombs here. He keeps resetting that bomb patch, but not really.
Yeah, when you know players are just feeling grim about it is when they pull this grave, because there's a guaranteed bomb drop in Dampé's grave down here, but it's way slower.
And there it is. Second square here for Tri, being the 5 Zora heart pieces.
RunnerGuy looked really confused there. When Tri marked it, RunnerGuy sort of did like an eyebrow raise, or an eyebrow scrunch, sort of like this. I think he's confused. I think
he was expecting, like, okay, he's like, if you got 5 Zora heart pieces, why did you not get Wolfels before me? Is maybe his thought.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Maybe he just hasn't realized that, okay, we must have been racing on that.
Yeah.
Or maybe he knows he sniped it.
Yeah.
But hey, look, okay, we've got a little bit of row pressure. Our first little bit of row pressure here. Row 5 for Triforce looking a little strong here. Gamers, can I just say something really quick? Follow the stream.
If you guys are having a great time, please go ahead and give the stream a follow. That'd be very much appreciated. I hope you guys are having a great time watching the bingo tournament this weekend. It's been very fun showcasing it, very fun learning it. It is a lot to digest. I don't think every single bingo showcase that we're going to do for each game is going to be as complicated as OOT. With it being as old as it is, it has a lot of tech that goes with it. It has a lot of history that we're pretty much digesting within 2 days that has existed for over a decade. You know, so it's a lot. I think for like things like Minecraft bingo or TOTK bingo, it's not going to be as crazy to digest content-wise. So I appreciate everyone bearing with me that is new to this as well. It's like, dude, I'm here to vibe. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm having a good time, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Triforce just got his biggest wallet, which means he's going to start getting up to 500 rupees here, because if RunnerGuy ever drops the goal, Tri can steal it.
Right. Oh, nice. We're going for King Dodongo here. Well, it seems to be for RunnerGuy.
Yeah, RunnerGuy going for Dodongo and a heart container, probably to prep that row 5 block. Meanwhile, Tri is heading to Shadow Temple just to get 3 tunics and 3 boots online, because I think he thinks they're racing on it. I think he pretty understandably thinks that RG and himself that they're racing on it, but it seems RG has sort of forsaken it, at least for now. So Triforce doing a hookshot jump there to get up to this seam. He's got infinite sword glitch so he doesn't fall off of the seam, because you're not supposed to be walking around up here. What he's going to do here is he's going to jump over the load trigger, which typically loads the door that barricades Shadow Temple. He's going to just side hop here, jump over it. The load zone is still there, but the door is gone. Bada bing, bada boom, bada shboom. We're in the Shadow Temple.
Bada boom.
RunnerGuy really struggling with lighting the eyes here for some reason. I think RG is just on Omega tilt, bro. You can see him just pontificating as he misses glitches. Yo, there's a cat on screen.
She keeps meowing. Okay. Don't scratch my back, please. Thank you. No, don't go behind it. No, don't go on the chair. Thank you.
Look at him go.
Jesus.
Look at Tux go. Look at
she keeps meowing, dog. She keeps like patting the back of my arm. It's like, hey, dude, can you talk to me?
Dude. My day was just made. All right, this is going to be 3 tunics and boots here for Tri. Really unfortunate position here for Dead Hand.
This guy freaked me out as a kid.
He's scary. Dude, Shadow Temple is scary, bro.
Shadow Temple's weird, dog.
This place is like a torture dungeon. Like, that's what it's supposed to be. These are all skulls filling the walls.
I was about to say, by the way, like, throughout the whole game, there's, like, no blood. But there is a dungeon room in Shadow Temple that has, like, blood on the floor. It's like a torture chamber. And I was like, holy shit, there's blood here? What the hell? Since when? Yeah. Crazy. There it is. 3 tunics and 3 boots for try now.
Oh, RunnerGuy is not pleased. He's missing this trick where he's trying to call Navi as he falls on this switch. This just goes to show, like, okay, so Try was kind of screwing up early game, right? But now the roles have kind of switched. You can't give up. Like, you can't ever give up. And props to our players for not. Don't ever give up in lockout, because truly, whatever nonsense is happening to you right now, it could happen to your opponent in 10 minutes. So, like, you know, stay locked in, recenter yourself.
Never give up.
Bongo. Look at me. I'm here harvesting Asiatic clams.
I love that video, dude.
Oh, it's the best.
So, like, why don't we
never give up?
Why do we not infinite sword glitch here on King Dodongo, by the way?
It's not necessary. So King Dodongo can only be hit with the sword while he's down like that after you get the bomb into his mouth. Okay. And you only need to hit him twice. And after you hit him the first time, he immediately goes into iframes.
Okay, so it doesn't matter.
So, so there's no point. This kill that RunnerGuy is doing is the absolute fastest you can kill this boss.
Nice. There it is. And there it is, 3 squares now for RunnerGuy. So we're still tied here, 3-3, which is awesome. Now, I would say board position-wise, though, Try does have advantage here. He's got a row 5 kind of building. He's got a nice corner square with that 3 tunics and 3 boots. So overall, his board position is really nice. That 5 Zora heart pieces as well is on a nice diagonal that blocks that and also has that column 5. So overall, just like more board presence here in general for Try, as he has these different options, whereas RunnerGuy's squares besides center square are kind of in bad positions here. So if anything, RunnerGuy just needs to get like 1 or 2 more squares to kind of like even out the pressure on the board.
Triforce is going to beat Water Temple here. I thought for a second RG was setting up a wrong word, but no, he's just doing Ocarina items, which is where you play your items like an Ocarina using a bottle. This is going to give both of our players 1 heart container, so they're going to be evenly matched on row 5 on that obtain 4 different heart containers goal. Center square is stealable, but only if the other player loses it. So in Ocarina of Time Bingo, if you lose a goal you have, like say 30 Deku sticks, let's say you break a Deku stick and now you're at 29, you need to unmark the goal because you don't have it anymore, and that can give your opponent the opportunity to steal it while you get back up to 30. So if RunnerGuy spends money and goes beneath 300... Oh, okay. RG's heading to Water Temple right now, which means that Try could steal here, or pardon me, snipe this goal.
Yeah, this is going to be... Look at him. He's pulling it all the way into the corner.
Yep,
make sure he can get that one cycle.
Lock. Just for the stun lock, he pulls Morpha into the corner, slash, jump slash, and then just crouch stab.
Yeah, that's a snipe. Damn, that's unfortunate.
So he's gonna have to still step into the blue warp here, and the difficulty. Oh, does RunnerGuy not have hover boots? Oh man. Okay, RG has to hover across this gap. Hover boots made it super easy for Try to get over that gap, but now RunnerGuy has to do a super annoying side flip hover to get over this gap.
Yeah.
Which is going to waste time and explosives. He'll still get the heart container, which is good. But yeah, this is a huge time sink. Is Try going to go for the cutscene skip here? You have to imagine, right? I thought he was doing down A for a second. I was like, what? Okay, so he's going to come up to these spikes to take damage. This cutscene is really long. The Water Temple cutscene is really long. RunnerGuy has to go up this slope.
All of them are really long.
Yes, true.
Yeah, this Water Temple square also is going to give Try another row to kind of play with, which is row 2. And Bomb Bag 30 is on that row.
Yes, this cutscene skip in particular is a little annoying. If he misses this and RunnerGuy does not, could mean that RG could snipe this. This is going to require, I think, a frame-perfect bomb pull.
Yeah, so this is such a time sink, dude.
Yeah, huge time sink. And how would you know that this is where they're going, right?
Right.
That is not a setup I'm familiar with. That scared me so much. So he's going to hold forward here, I think. Yeah. Oh, what? This setup is so nice.
Look, it's a weenie spin. Let's go.
Wow, that setup is so nice. I don't know that one. That's a really nice setup. That's so much better than it was 10 years ago. That setup a decade ago was horrible.
And there it is, Water Temple.
And RG gets the bad news.
Yeah.
That's a massive snipe. Obviously, RG is still going to get the heart container here, which is nice. And he doesn't have to worry about beating the temple, which is nice. But a small advantage that Triforce has as a result of having beat the water temple. Well, actually, I don't know that the water raises in Lake Hylia if you skip the cutscene. I think you might have to watch the cutscene for the water to go up. I actually don't know.
Yeah, so now, like, what's the best thing for RunnerGuy to do here? I guess maybe just try and...
He's gonna get the heart container and then leave.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. Huge snipe. I mean, Tri has no idea, obviously, that he just sniped. But that's a huge snipe.
Do we try and get bomb bag? Do we just rush bomb bag here? I think for a RunnerGuy, that would be a good idea, at least.
Yeah, it's just that bomb bag, as we've discussed, is kind of tough because it locks you out of your quiver, and there's quite a few goals that require shooting the bow. You could get the bomb bag legit, but that would require you to go child.
That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, so Garg, interesting point in the chat. Triforce still has Kojiro, which is the trade item required to get bomb bag 30 via RBA, whereas RunnerGuy traded it away. So low-key, RunnerGuy has kind of forfeit bomb bag 30. Whereas Tri can just hold on to it. So row 2 is now looking really, really strong. Interestingly, Tri did not get a Skulltula, I don't think, in Water Temple. But, like, you know, if I'm Triforce and I have every goal in row 2 except for bomb bag 30, I'm taking the risk.
Mm-hmm. Someone said you can go back in time or something. No idea what that is. Yeah, so you can pretty much, you can swap between being adult Link and being young Link. You can swap between those two phases of the game. You can pretty much de-age. It's pretty cool.
So epic. I don't think either of them got a skull in Water Temple, no. Which is interesting.
Who is Zelda? The guy on screen. What do you mean?
So true.
Hate comments in 3, 2, 1.
Stupid! Okay, RG's finally heading to Shadow here. But, okay, so interestingly, yesterday Triforce did say he doesn't like to play for Rose.
Yeah.
So that's worth thinking about, right?
But
I don't think he's going to change that game plan. Maybe.
Maybe that was all a ploy for RunnerGuy to be like, oh, he's not going for the Rose anyways, and then he does, you know?
True.
Use the interview for mind games, you know what I'm saying?
Next level.
Yeesh. Yo, anybody enjoy Observatory OST?
You incredible song.
I thought you said you. I was like, wait, what the fuck?
I was trying to say yo, and then I said you.
What the fuck?
Okay, so RG's finally going to get hover boots. Should get a Skulltula while he's here. Again, I would love to know our players' skull counts, because Tri has to be so close.
What's the most challenging square? I think we said yesterday is it Blue Gauntlets, or that's just the most tedious?
Blue Gauntlets is just annoying. I think the most challenging is probably 4 Skulltulas and Lon Lon Ranch is up there, but the setups look kind of nice these days. Technically, none of the goals should be, like, too tough, right? like, ideally, you should be pretty good on most of them. One skull in each dungeon seems long. It is, but when you consider the fact that you're going to be going to all the dungeons at some point anyway, it's really not that bad.
They're the hover boots. Yeah, well, it's more or less like long doesn't mean difficult, though. You know, we're talking about like difficulty here, which I think is...
Okay, RG is doing a very difficult trick called boat skip. Technically, boat key skip. So, RunnerGuy, I mentioned yesterday that boss loading zones are always present in the dungeon no matter where you are.
Mm-hmm.
This skip was kind of like the holy grail of Shadow Temple for a long time. He is going to Hess, clip through the bombs he put behind him, and then he is going to Hess far out of bounds and jump slash into the loading zone. I think he missed it. No, wait, hang on. Yeah, he's not out of bounds. Okay. So this trick is really frustrating, but also so cool. It's 1/2 crouch stabs, I think.
And this is where we're gonna fight Bongo then? For I'm assuming a heart container? Is that the...
Yes. He's going to defeat Bongo for a quick heart container. Oh, and he's on N64. Okay. There's also a version exclusive trick that is allowed on Bongo where for some reason, if you drop a bomb down into Bongo's area, you can like activate him without watching the cutscene and kill him from above. RunnerGuy really struggling here. Is it not 2 crouch stabs? I'm pretty sure it's 2 crouch stabs. I think he's just doing the setup wrong, which really sucks because he's never going to get it doing it like this. And this is just a knowledge check, right? There are so many skips to remember, and every skip has like a super specific setup. Yeah. So this is the kind of thing that just happens, unfortunately, where like you've got brain overload, right? Like, okay, well, there's this other setup that only requires 1 crouch stab. Hopefully he realizes based on the fact that he keeps failing it. And it's 3 bombs every time he fails it. Maybe he knows. Maybe he knows. Yay, there we go. Okay, so now he's looking for big blue or big red. Or I guess big red specifically. Roll. Hold ESS right. He's 1 more frame. There's the frame. Go into ESS. Equip hover boots. Clip out of bounds. How did he not get it? Wait, do you have to drop the first bomb above your head and then the second one shield drop? Because I think that might be the case.
I'm not sure. Forest Temple being cleared here, though, by Triforce as well.
Yeah, Tri's getting a lot of Skulltulas here.
Getting the fairy
he's out of
bow.
bounds. He's out of bounds. Jump slash. Beautiful. Okay,
nice.
RG is into the Bongo cutscene. Not going for Bongo cutscene skip? Is that not allowed in Bingo? I thought it was.
Isn't there... I thought there was... Wasn't there tech to, like, one-shot him? Like, when you land in?
Yeah, he's not going for it. Is it... It's not 1.1 exclusive, is it? Wow, it's available on both versions. I think he just forgot. I think RG's just on tilt at the moment and sort of making some execution errors. This is not the boss you want to be on tilt for. This boss will like one-shot him from full on a lot of annoying attacks. He does have ISG. No Lens of Truth though, so he's just guessing where Bongo is right there. Walk in, should be good.
Nice. Good fight.
Really good.
You know, for how creepy, by the way, Shadow Temple is, Bongo is not what I expected for a boss. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I think the boss is a little creepy.
It's not that creepy, though. Like, if you have blood in a torture room, and then you have a dude playing the bongos at the end.
But he's kind of spooky. He's invisible.
I guess so. I don't know. It's not really what I'm expecting.
Fair
you know?
enough. Oh, fairy bow here from Triforce. So this is going to be the bow.
You know, it's like unless you have like a phobia of bongos.
Let's see if that exists. Phobia of
There's a phobia
bongos.
for everything.
What is it? There's a question on Quora. What is it called when you fear percussion instruments?
That's pretty funny. There it is. Fairy Bow now for Try as well. Currently 5-3.
Yeah, really commanding lead here right now. But as we saw yesterday, I mean, anything can happen. Anything can happen here, but Triforce definitely taking an early lead.
Yeah, now you can get Meg here.
Yeah, he's going to clear the pose one by one while he's already here. If anyone knows his skull count, please do let me know.
Yo, quick skull count check. Skull count. And clearing, I mean, honestly, clearing the Force Temple completely might be worth it, right? Because then you can go back to Child Link if you need to for Din's Fire.
Yeah, true.
So you might as well clear it all the way. Plus, you get a heart container as well, which we need as well for row 5. So,
Try is actually hovering his mouse over 4 different heart containers right now. So that's maybe something to think about. There is a sort of game of chicken right now with Bomb Bag 30 where, like, they're not doing the goal because you lock yourself... If you RBA for Bomb Bag 30, like I said,
right,
you lock yourself out of being able to use the bow.
Yeah.
But they might just be waiting, of, like, RG saying, okay, I'll just wait.
Right.
Because if you do the bow stuff, then I'll just snag Bomb Bag 30.
So, like,
although RG did trade past the thing you need, so kind of tough. Oh, RG finally getting 2 bomb drops from a patch of grass and going, oh, okay. But he'll need Child 2 to fix that, so he would need to prep that early. That's 2 pose for Try.
He needs 2 more for Meg.
Yes.
Damn, he'll be at 6-3, man. Damn.
Is he doing boss key skip from up here? Okay, so he's going to skip down to the Phantom Ganon boss room from up here. Very nice.
Very nice.
Doing Forest Temple in a slightly unconventional order.
This will be his 2nd heart.
I think that's right. RunnerGuy is already on 3.
Oh my god.
Oh, RG. Oh. That's a mistake you never want to see. Did he equip Iron Boots or something? No, I think he just mega side hop from too far forward. Oh, RG cannot be feeling good. He's just making these little execution errors that I think are just the result of being on tilt. Very understandable. The game has been throwing him a lot of L's.
It's costing too much time.
Yeah.
What is he looking for right now? Does he not have enough bombs?
Yeah, he does. I think he's been wasting too much time in this race looking for bombs almost as like a point of pride. If you're here, I guess you may as well look.
Oh, just in case.
But he's got 25, and he has bomb chews as well, I think. So I think he's fine. Phantom
Ganon done.
Yeah, at a certain point, you just have to say, okay, whatever. But yeah, RG was trying to skip over the broken bridge in Gerudo Valley, but he was too far forward, so he wound up falling into the valley. That's just a careless error from just trying to play fast. It happens. I think Try has the best setup right now for squares that are unmarked. RG has advantage on heart containers, and that's kind of it at the moment.
All 4 Skulltulas and Deku Tree is kind of nuts too, because that's another heart container there as well.
That's true. The only problem is one of the skulls there. Oh, so okay, so Triforce is beating Forest Temple. I think he's like, I'm here. I may as well get access to Child 2 in case I need it.
Yeah. And another heart container.
Yes, so he got the heart container. So he's going to get in this corner here. Side hop into the wall, turn around. Backflip. This setup seems so slow. Gamers, we got to go back to the boomer setup. We got to go back to the boomer setup. Okay, it's actually not slow. Never mind.
So is this like a thing where like he's technically already in the animation right now
Yes.
of being in the portal, but he breaks the animation with a bomb carry?
So he uses Ocarina items in order to interrupt the animation. He uses Ocarina items to prevent the animation from ever starting, but the countdown starts. So when he gets, like... When he steps on the blue warp, right, there's a timer that starts. And it's the length of the cutscene of him being pulled up into the air. And when that timer hits 0, the cutscene starts. His goal is to be able to move around during that timer. So he interrupts the animation, but still starts the timer. And then he has the length of that timer to try to kill himself. So he tries to die on the exact frame that the timer hits 0. And if he does that, then it skips the cutscene.
Looks like that runner guy is going to go for training room here with 7 different unused keys.
Yeah, and there's also a gold rupee chest here. 7 unused keys is more annoying without Bo. He can do toilet room, which is the worst room in the game. He does have Zora Tunic and Iron Boots, so he can do toilet room. Yeah, Triforce is rushing heart containers here. This will be a snipe. Oh, he has Quiver? Oh, okay, so if he gets Ice Arrows, he'll be fine. You're right.
What the hell was that? So he Hest, but then hover Hest?
Oh, I wasn't really watching Tri's screen.
I think that's what happened. And then now he's going into Deku Tree, but not loading it.
Yes. Yeah, Tri's only done 2 of the 4 required heart containers for the goal, so he will be 1 behind.
That was kind of cool. That was really cool. Yeah, I'm trying to dumbify as much as I can Thassander, Alex.
So this is a dungeon you're not supposed to be in as adult. Obviously.
No.
So he's going to clip out of bounds using this ladder so that he doesn't have to go up and break the web.
Oh, but then he has to go up to load the zone for the Skulltula. That's why he went up on the webbing there a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So he gets 1 skull here, 2nd one here. The 4th skull in this dungeon is really difficult to get as adult. There's a crawl space between you and the Skulltula, so it's like remarkably difficult to get there. It is possible. Oh, he's just going the long way. Okay, never mind. It's actually not that hard. If you go the long way and you have Bo, you can go the long way here.
Could he not have done a hover jump on the other side?
So the issue is not getting up. After you get up on that ledge, there's a crawl space between you and the room that has the Skulltula, and you can't go through crawl spaces as adult.
Okay.
So he has to go the long way around.
Gotcha.
Which you can only do if you have a way to shoot that eyeball switch.
Yeah.
So you need a bow.
Gotcha.
But yeah, the Skulltula is 1 room further here. Or 2 rooms from here.
Very nice.
So yeah, bow is proving really effective here for Triforce.
Yeah.
So he's going to burn this web. And the Skulltula is in this next room.
This will be all 4?
This will be the 3rd. He still has to go up to the... He'll probably save warp. Yeah. So he's going to save and reset the console. That's 3 out of 4.
It would be funny if Adult Link could use Slingshot, just a grown-ass man launching rocks with...
Yeah.
Hey, Adult Link, get over here. Thump. Just like shooting rocks.
It seems RunnerGuy did not finish the 7 keys in GTG, which is kind of interesting. I really think Row 2 wins for Try. I just think he's not going to do it. But I do think he can do it.
It would be cool.
If he really wanted to.
It would be cool.
And he doesn't have a ton of information on RunnerGuy right now, whereas RG kind of holds all the cards at the moment as far as like knowing what his opponent is doing.
There it is.
Yeah, so there's all 4 skulls, putting a lot of pressure on column 5 as well. Oh, is that where RunnerGuy was heading right now? He just reset his console.
Yeah.
That's tough. Okay, Triforce is doing one of my favorite boss room skips in the game. This is 2-3-1 skip from the compass room. He's going to let this platform take him out of bounds. And then... Oh, he missed the jump slash.
What's the backup plan here for RunnerGuy, I guess, is the question now, right?
I don't know, man. Things are kind of snowballing out of control a little bit here. Bro, everybody should learn Gen Slang setup in this room. It's so much better than this. You don't need a shield turn.
Yeah, dude.
Remember this. Hey, yo, mention, yo, what's up, Slang? All right. So Goma here for Try. Meanwhile, RunnerGuy, is he going to F the sign? Dude!
He's really tilted.
He even said before the race he would do it.
I think he's just really tilted.
Surely that reset he just did was because he didn't F the sign? No, he just reset the console. I think he's just feeling indecisive. All right, that's Goma. Yeah, RunnerGuy just going back to GTG here. Man, things are just snowballing a bit, and his tilt is getting to him. It's tough to see. But this happens, man. This is lockout, right? I mean, we've seen this in Elden Ring lockout so many times.
Yep.
Like a confident, really talented player just sort of letting the match get to them a bit. They're not capped at 2 hours, no. The cap is 2 hours 45.
Just because the setup is longer. It takes a little bit longer for these games to start going.
Side note, but I love these like lion heads that encase the doors in GTG.
It does look pretty cool. So cool. Yeah, yeah. It's a nice aesthetic. I thought like Gerudo Valley as it is just a sick area altogether.
Oh, yeah, it's the best. It's the best. It's one game, so it's just best of one because it takes so long.
Yeah,
if we did best of 3, we could potentially be here for like 9 hours.
Yeah. Which is too long.
Too long.
Too long.
Ain't got time. Okay, so it looks like Try is going Child here. Or at the very least, just getting Sun Song. What is this setup, bro? People not putting respect on my man Exodus? Or maybe it's the sock folder setup I'm actually thinking of. I'm thinking of the original adult dot skip from sock folder. People need to return to their roots. Let the boomer consume you.
Do you think that column 5 is a reasonable row to go for?
I mean, maybe. I think row 2 is just flatly faster.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little intrigued as to why Triforce didn't just close out the pose in Forest Temple while he was there. He's Child right now. Maybe to get legit Bomb Bag 30? I think he's getting legit bomb bag 30. Maybe he is pushing row 2 here. It's possible. It's possible that he's actually pushing row 2. He could finish this pretty quickly, I think.
Would be quite saucy.
A little bit saucy.
It would be quite saucy, eh?
A little bit saucy. Oh, yeah, maybe a little mind games of if he can get bomb bag 30 but actually do it legit, he can confuse RunnerGuy into thinking that he's locked himself out of some arrow goals or something.
That sounds mean. RunnerGuys are having a harder time, dude.
Oh, Try doesn't know that. Yeah. Try doesn't know that.
He's really having a hard time. Dude,
that's like the man while he's down.
The fake hope, man. It's like when you see someone like mark like 2 remembrances. You're like, oh, they definitely did these, and then they didn't do it, and then they and then they get Godric right afterwards. Like, son of a bitch! I thought you already did Godric.
Yeah, right.
And then you get sniped on that. You're like, dude, just take my lunch money. I don't know what the fuck you want from me.
Try was too far away. You have to bomb this Goron while he's in this little corridor for some reason.
There is bomb bag 30. 7 squares to 3 right now for Triforce.
Huge lead as well as the row lead.
Yeah, that row 2 is looking pretty gruff now. Especially because I do think that Tri actually has a lead on Skulltulas.
I agree. I think he's got 23 or 24 right now. God, I love 30 Skulltulas, dude. Such a good goal. It's so cool. Okay, playing Prelude. He's just going child again here. Or going adult again, pardon me.
Yeah. I think he's going straight for adult dungeons.
Yeah, maybe. If I were Try, I would just pick up some child skulls quickly, but he's done quite a few of the fast ones. But if he does the adult skulls right, he's double dipping. Because if the adult skulls help him towards the 30 Skulltulas, there's good synergy there.
Right.
So he's kind of doing double duty here. Maybe our player who said he doesn't like doing rows is just gonna clean a row here.
He definitely could. Like, all he needs... Yeah, I think he has at least a Forest Temple key. He might have a Water Temple one. I thought he did yesterday too, but then he didn't.
He has a Forest Temple skull.
Oh, sorry. Skull. Yeah, not key. My bad.
He hasn't done any of the others. So he needs a skull from every other adult dungeon right now.
Even Shadow? Oh, right. No, RunnerGuy did Shadow.
He got hover boots, but he left right afterwards.
Yeah.
So he's playing Serenade here, so it looks like maybe he is doing adult skulls here.
There it is. 7 keys for RunnerGuy, though. 4 squares for him now.
RG
blocks out that row 5.
Blocks out row 5. Very nice.
And RunnerGuy still has row 1 and row 3 as options if he wants to try and pursue his own line. But it's going to be really tough to try and push that now, I think.
Try is not going into Water Temple right now. Interesting. And RunnerGuy didn't get a skull in Shadow either. All 5 Skulltulas in Shadow Temple. Try can't do that right now because he doesn't have Zelda's Lullaby, but RunnerGuy does. Because you need Zelda's Lullaby to move the boat. Try is getting a Skulltula right here. There's a cool little setup here to clip through this boulder.
Pausing?
Super weird trick where you like cause Link to be in this strange state. He now has to clip through this web to get to the skull on the other side. This trick sucks. I hate this trick.
Nice. So pretty much he backflips, and mid backflip, he's trying to get triggered by another damage source to push him through.
Triggered! No, so he hovers off the first bomb, and then while he's coming down from midair, the second bomb hits him. So it explodes and hits him as he's coming down and touches the ground, and it pushes him through.
That's what I said.
I wasn't listening.
I feel like that's what I said. Maybe I said something different. I don't know.
No, it's possible I just wasn't listening properly. I've got bad comprehension.
Very good. Yeah, damn, dude. This board is definitely looking very try-heavy right now, especially with him having a strong lead on skulls, from what we know.
Dude, he's not even going for adult skulls. Wait, did Runner Guy break the sign? Chat, tell me Runner Guy F the sign. I didn't see. He did? God bless. God bless. Triforce just hessing all over Hyrule Field right now. Not 100% sure what the goal being. He's heading back to Kokiri Forest. He has Minuet. I feel like that would have been faster than this.
Is he going back to Forest, though? Do you think? Dude, Tri does have insane bomb luck, though, I feel like. Compare, like, yesterday and today, his bomb dropping is just insane compared to Runner Guy's.
He already got the nighttime skulls in Kokiri Forest and Lost Woods, so he's not wasting time. Dude, he has Minuet. Why did he not just play Minuet?
Try running the dream seed of bombs.
He's trading Kajiro. Yeah, playing Minuet definitely would have been faster here, but that's okay. Okay, so he's trading Kajiro. He's finally going through with the rest of the trade quest. I guess just to get songs? I don't know. I feel like just rush row 2.
Well, this is him showing again that he doesn't really like to push rows.
Yeah, and also maybe you don't know how much progress Runner Guy has on Skull from each adult dungeon, but I happen to know, like, from Elden Ring Bingo experience, if you're this far ahead, you can afford to contest a goal. Like, if you're this far ahead, 4 squares, even if your opponent is going to snipe you, you can. It's okay to get sniped.
Yeah, we still have 4 open, we have 4 obtain heart containers. That was a weird way of saying that.
Yeah, that is still open.
4 different obtain heart containers.
I think they're both on 3.
4 containers, heart obtain different.
So true. What song is playing right now, Dom?
It's the Majora's Mask sad song. It's not the song of healing. It's I think it's like when like the town is burning. Yeah, the final hours.
Spooky.
I kind of like it. It's not for me. It's not spooky necessarily. It's like a beautiful, ominous vibe. You know. Honestly, dude, if I'd be dying, having final hours play would be kind of sick, dude.
Bro's trying to have like a Donnie Darko moment. Bro's trying to feel emo on his last day.
I'm just saying, like, if I'm genuinely like just like fading away slowly, this is gonna have a good track. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Try is doing bottled contents right now. Prepping some bottled contents, I guess.
So how does this work, by the way? Because you can't have 7 bottles, right?
So you have hit the root of the problem. There are only 4 bottle slots. So we can glitch more bottles into other slots in our inventory. Try is fully at an angle right now. This is not going to work.
So right now we have 3 for Try, which is Bugs, Poe, and Potion.
Yes. Try is 1 ESS too far to the right, I think. I don't know if he knows that. Maybe it'll still work. I don't know.
What the hell is this?
Oh my god, it still worked. Okay. So he just RBA'd his red potion to give himself another bottle slot.
Yeah, you know, even though like I kind of explained RBA myself, it still goes over my head. I don't know why.
Dude, it's so confusing. It's really confusing.
Like I kind of get it, but then like every single time something happens, I don't get it. You know what I mean? It's really confusing. Where it's like I kind of get the concept, but then I see it happen. I'm like, it doesn't make any fucking sense to me. But all right.
What does dropping and catching odd potion delete? Let's see. Let's go to the RBA charts. Odd potion. He'll delete Song of Storms.
Okay, this might sound stupid. Twin Rova. Who dat again?
That's the boss of the Spirit Temple.
Ah.
The boss of the temple that RunnerGuy's outside of right now.
Yeah, gotcha. So that might not be a bad idea, because then you also get a heart container.
Could do, could do, could do.
So what to you is like what for you is like your kryptonite when it comes to Ocarina of Time bingo?
4 Lon skulls.
Really? That's it.
Hate that goal. Refuse to learn it. Not a fan. Give me the boomerang. Dude, RunnerGuy's bomb luck is atrocious, dog.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I Try's just got that nice ROM hack of
yeah, good bomb luck.
One bomb per patch kind of ROM, you know.
Do you know the German title for Twin Rova? Well, I'm currently commentating with someone who probably played the game in German the first time he played the game.
I never got to Spirit Temple, so I don't know.
It's seeming like maybe it's going to be a meme or a word I shouldn't say.
You can type it out.
I don't know what it is. I don't
know. I meant the chatter could type it out. Is that the name? There's no way that's the name. The name is Sexy Thermo Hexy.
When they combine, that's really funny.
Really?
Before they combine, apparently they're called Killa Omas. Killer Grannies.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Okay, so what is Try working towards right now? He's at 26 skulls, apparently. He just needs to pop a couple quick ones. There's one here.
Are we just going for 4 heart containers here for RunnerGuy?
I think he's doing all 5 Skulltulas in Shadow Temple at the moment. Which low-key Try is also prepping. Okay, Try's just going to get a... I think he's going to kill King Dodongo for a heart container. But also get some skulls here, maybe? Because this'll do 4 heart containers and also get him 30 skulls. I really feel like a row 2 push would have been smart here, but he's just not doing it.
So
he would have had it by now, I think.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
But you
nice
know,
skip here.
It is what it is. Yeah, beautiful skip. That's a really great setup to get through that gate up to that Skulltula.
Do you think now with like this showcase that maybe lockout row winning would be more popular potentially, or not more popular necessarily, but more or less more gain more traction?
I don't know. I think it'd be very cool. I think it's a really awesome way to play.
It's definitely more stressful.
Yeah, true. Which I think can be fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible that Triforce is just trying to pressure row 2 and then do other stuff, which RunnerGuy is doing Skulls in Adult Dungeons right now. So that is very likely what he's doing. And Tri did say he likes to do that. Literally yesterday, he said in the interview that he really likes to force his opponents to try to block lines.
The classic giving away your strat day one type situation, and then like literally like the I think it's like an Elden Ring thing that's happened so many times where like someone tells us their strat, and then literally the next day they're like, yeah, so yesterday they said this, so I just didn't do that and I won. It's like, oh shit, all right.
Well, I did for the majority of season 4. I would never push lines. I would just threaten them and then never close them out. And so one of the matches that I won that was an upset, I just kept in my inner monologue the whole time was, don't do what I would typically do. Like whatever my instinct is, do the opposite. And it worked, so. Okay, I think he's just one Skulltula away right now.
So does he still go for Sculpture for each adult dungeon then, or do you think he just like leaves that?
I think he's just leaving it.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
Deeply unfortunate.
It's actually quite unfortunate. Don't open that chest. Oh, big Goron sword. Open that chest. Open that chest.
Wait, why wasn't he supposed to open that chest?
Since he has a fake bomb bag. Wait. Yeah, okay, it doesn't update his bomb bag 30, okay. Because he has a fake bomb bag, if he opens that chest, then it tries to put that bomb bag he just got into his inventory, but it puts it over his bomb chew slot. So now he can't equip over bomb chews. So now he's forced down to 1 C button slot again. He has to keep his bombs and bomb chews equipped the whole rest of the game. That's 30 skulls right there. Nice. Really nice from Tri. But he's going to use that item later, so it's actually fine.
So, question. Since he just got... Okay, so it... Is the highest for bombs 30, or is it...
40.
40. Okay, that's what I thought. So if he gets 40, does he then have to unmark bomb bag 30?
I actually don't know. I think so. Yes, you do because when you RBA, you can change your bomb bag values around, so it's important for it to be specific.
Interesting. Okay.
But he won't. That won't happen.
Yeah, it was more or less just something I was curious about.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's such an interesting rule.
Yeah.
Boing, boing, boing.
Okay, so he's gonna kill King Dodongo here.
Five seconds. 4, 3. Ooh.
Close one.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
So RG is now rushing 1 Skulltula in each adult dungeon, allowing Tri to do what he wants, which is just to pressure other stuff. So yeah, I think this is playing out how Tri wanted it to. I do think he could have won.
Yeah.
On row 2, but I think the outcome will likely wind up the same. It just means more bingo, baby.
Yeah, still 4 hearts available is a little crazy to me.
I mean, so something to consider, though, is like Tri's going to have to start blocking because row 1 is still open for RunnerGuy, so he's going to have to get something in row 1.
Yeah, wouldn't that be... That's what I'm saying. Like, with Tri not finishing lines, if RunnerGuy just started doing row 1, it would be kind of funny because then he's like, oh shit, maybe I should just start finishing my lines.
Yeah. Just rush.
But that's honestly like one of the best bingo moments, honestly, is when you see both players recognize that the other player has a line, but they still full commit to their own line and just like see which line is faster. And that is so much fun.
It almost never happens, but it's lovely to see.
It's love. It's love, man.
It's love. Bro, it's love. Dog.
It's love, dude. So this would be, I think this is Try's 4th heart piece, right?
This is his 4th. So this will be the 4th heart container, which will close out that goal. Not a snipe per se, but RG did get 3 of them. So it's kind of just a time sink for RG to have done that. Mm-hmm. Kind of interesting that it was left open this long, honestly. He's counting. Tries counting in his head how many he got. Yeah, he's got 4.
10
his
to
other
4
open
right
heart
now.
was from heart pieces, I think. So he's got 3 different bottled contents right now. He'll need to get a few more.
Where are we porting? Where are we porting?
Runner Guy's porting Bolero to the volcano, and Link is going, or Triforce, pardon me, is going to Shadow Temple.
Shadow Temple for Skull or Shadow Temple?
Either that or he's going to walk away.
No, it would have to be Skull.
Okay, he is going there for Skulls. Okay. Oh,
Because there's row 1 Skull, and there's still Skulltula for each adult dungeon, so...
Yeah, maybe he does think, okay, maybe I can just win if RG's not going to do this goal. But what he doesn't know is that RG's been prepping 1 Skulltula in each adult dungeon this whole time.
I love seeing 2 Zeldas on the stream. What a beautiful character. And then he corrects with Zeldas correctly. That's funny.
Yeah, all right. So Triforce is just doing 5 skulls here. Yeah, I guess. I mean, this goal's kind of long, but you're going to have to get some of these longer goals.
Do you think we could have similar unmarked goals in Elden Ring, like defeat 3 remembrance bosses, meaning you can't do a 4th one or you lose the square?
No, I don't think, that works well.
That seems too intense.
I think there are goals we could have unmarked for, though. Like
I think if it's unmarked but you can remark type situations, like the rupee one, I think that's fine. But if it's ones where like you're completely locked out of it, once you go beyond that, that just seems too much.
Like I think having a certain rune count could be interesting. Like have at least 1 million runes, and then if you spend them, you lose the goal. That's kind of interesting because you can't die and you can't mog.
Yeah.
Because if it's have 1 million runes and you die, you have to unmark it until you can go pick up your rune patch, right? So then the other player, if they're holding it, could just mark it right when you unmark it.
That seems so stressful, though, to constantly stare at your board, though, and be like...
I kind of like it, dude.
Unmark it? Did he unmark? Are you unmarking? Are you unmarking? I don't know.
I kind of like it.
I'm not sure yet. We'd have to try that out.
Yeah, we'd have to try it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
What else could you do it with? You could do it with, like...
Yep.
Exact. Okay, Dom, I'm thinking. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Upgrade level for a weapon. Like only use +6 weapon, and then if you go +7, you have to unmark. So we have a Skulltula now for Shadow Temple for Try. And now I think he's not going for Bongo, right?
I think he's just doing the deep Skulltulas.
So he's doing all 5?
Yeah, he's doing all 5. Shadow Temple, like, kind of has, like, 2 arms. There's the arm that takes you to the boss, and there's the arm that takes you to... Whoa! Little fat 30 gifty pack?
Yo, Valley! Thank you for the 30 freaking gifties. Can we get some clappies, dude? Can we get some clappies? Thank you very much, man. Thank you for the 30 gifties, Valley, man.
So sick.
Appreciate that, dude. Appreciate that. Thank you very much, dude. Appreciate the support, Valley, man. Appreciate it, man. Glad you enjoyed the bingus. God dang. God damn. Came off Lurk to drop off some bingo love as someone who's never actually played OOT. Shout out to the commentary for helping tracking and making it interesting. Honestly, shout outs to Adolf, dude. Like this is a lot of knowledge that's coming in, so a lot of his commentary has helped out a lot. I'm more or less comic relief slash, hey, I think I've understanding what you're saying now after 4 hours of watching this type of commentary.
We're just hanging out, baby. I just love OOT.
So, but yeah, thank you very much, man. Appreciate the support, dude. I bring the hair. What the fuck does that mean?
Is Nice Cardigan ADF an emote on an extension I just don't have or something?
Yes. Nice Cardigan ADF and Nice Sweater Dom are emotes. I think because you were actually wearing a cardigan at some point.
Is this on like 7?
And then I said like, and then I told you, I'm like, nice cardigan, dude. And you're like, my mom gave this to me or something like that. That's what you said.
Wait, where
and you said like, it's super comfy, dude.
What is this on 7 TV?
I think so. It should be on 7 TV, yeah.
I don't have 7 TV. I'll download it right now.
Yo! God dang! Thank you for the 10 gifties, Denzor. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much, dude. Yo, clappy. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate the support, guys. I'm really glad you guys are enjoying the Bingus, dude. Truly. Doing this is our first weekend event, and honestly, I have to say, like, it's nice. It's not too stressful for us, like a whole season type thing. You know, we get to just try out, see like a whole new community. We get to try out just a whole new different game. I think it's very nice. It's very refreshing, you know? It's like new content in general. You get to see some new strats and some just overall new gameplay. It's nice. So thank you very much. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. I'm excited to do another weekend event soon, too.
Okay, I installed it. I am now refreshing.
This is nice, but Elden Ring Bingus still #1. Hey, everyone's going to have their favorites, man. Everyone's going to have their favorites. There will probably be an Elden Ring Bingo event as well, by the way. I'm thinking about doing an Elden Ring Bingo event, not like a full season because Night Rain's coming out in 2 months, but at least like a weekend event is in my radar.
It's not even a picture of me, bro. Why'd I install this? Why'd I install this extension?
Oh, nice shirt, Dom. Is not even me either. It's just a cat.
What the fuck?
This is nice, but Dark Souls 2 Bingus still #1. Yeah, sure, buddy.
Yeah, okay, dog.
Show me Dark Souls 2. I'll show you a broken heart.
Bro, this A-deffing emote is insane. This has to be me doing like an interview after a match or something.
Could be.
Oh, I haven't seen any of these. Aggying I've seen.
I wish mine was like me losing my shit, because I feel like I lose my shit from time to time, but mine's just dancing. I just be dancing. Oh shit, I just realized we completely missed it with everything happening here.
What happened?
RunnerGuy got Sculptureless for each adult dungeon and blocked that row.
Okay, nice.
I completely missed that. We're horrible on commentary. We gotta lock in, dude.
Bro, I've been A-deffing apparently. Zood Kick is on another level, dog. Holy shit. All right. Anyway, back to the match. Try not doing all 5 skulls in Shadow.
Yeah, I think maybe he was just going for Sculpture on each dungeon, and then he was like, maybe I'll grab some extras, and then just left once he saw that being marked.
He might be splitting progress too, splitting map progress up a little bit, just to like. Also, RG for the 2nd day in a row has locked every row, column, and diagonal with only 5 squares.
Dude, maybe that's just his jam, you know?
Man's a geometric legend.
You should bring that up in the interview, though. Be like, did you realize you did that again?
Again?
It's just not his day, man. It's just not his day, dude.
Yeah, it happens, man.
He tried to hover and he fell off from the hovering.
Try is in GTG. I think he's just, dude, he's just prepping like everything right now. He's getting ice arrows here to prep 3 elemental arrows.
And I think we have it set up to where you don't have to block every single row and column for 13 for this specific format.
No, you do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Do I prefer Ocarina of Time to Elden Ring bingos? Me personally, no. But that's because I'm an Elden Ring player. I mean, you know, I feel like this is like that's.
They're so different, dude.
It's very different.
They're so different.
Very different. But does that mean like I have an interest for all kinds of bingos? To be honest, like I'm down to learn anybody else's bingo, you know, because like I think it's very, very enjoyable.
Dom learns my bingo flush.
Hey yo. So like I like experiencing other bingo formats / seeing other people compete in different bingos. But I mean personally, like Elden Ring bingo is still obviously my favorite.
Okay, so Try is also
great
getting
streamer.
getting a gold rupee chest here.
Damn it.
Try is he's just prepping like everything, dude.
Did anybody get my joke?
What did you say?
Damn it. You said
I didn't hear.
You said K so, and then you kept on going. I said, yeah, great streamer, but
he's quite entertaining.
He's great, but kind of
just blasted right past it. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, dude.
No, you're good. What is Try going for right now? Is he just going for
He's getting a gold rupee chest.
Yeah, okay.
He just He accidentally pressed A on the door and tried to open the fake door. Good. Just use the hookshot, homie. How hard could it be?
Yeah, he's just trying to like fling through here. Yeah, there it is. Nice.
Wolfos are bullying. The strat is to ground jump? No, I know.
Adolf is just old.
I am old, bro.
With his strats.
I feel like just hookshot. I don't know.
Dude, him just eating all of these hits is crazy. You could not. This is something you could not do in Elden Ring. Like you have to get rid of whatever is near you, because otherwise you'll probably die.
Yeah, you can't face tank that much stuff.
That's
in ER.
crazy, dude. Yeah, we do have 4 Iron Knuckle kills, so that is I think Runner's
2.
second. Yeah,
that's 2 for RG. Okay, so this will be gold rupee chests like 2 or 3.
I think that's 3.
He also, I mean, like low key, he's getting up to 500 rupees just in case.
Yeah. Reset console again from RunnerGuy.
Match just kind of getting away from RG here. It's not over yet, but Try is like splitting all of this progress, which is, in fairness, that is the way to play when you're deeply ahead in Lockout. If your plan is just to play for majority squares, then you absolutely should just split your progress as much as possible. Because if you make progress towards 5 goals while your opponent is making progress towards 1, when they mark that 1, you can then go clear the other 4.
Yeah, here's the thing for overall bingo in general is that I think this will apply to any game as well, is late game split progress is a very, very common thing to do when you're in the lead, because what it does is that it reduces the chances by a lot of being sniped if you are splitting progress between multiple different squares. So like if you know you're like, okay, I'm going to go for 3 different squares, but I'm not going to like just focus on one, because let's say, for example, you're going for just 1 square. You're currently in the lead, but you're just going for 1 square, and then by happenstance, the other player goes for that same square. Now you get sniped on that square, you lose all of that time. But if you're working on it slowly and then pivot to another square and then pivot to another square, now all of a sudden you're getting sniped on one of those 3. You only lost a little bit of time, and you can go straight to the other one where you know that the other person probably fully committed their time to getting that square.
Right.
So you're very much like you're reducing the risk while still keeping the reward in play. It's a very, very common tactic nowadays, I would say, for Elden Ring bingo, and I think that's going to be a common tactic for like all kinds of bingo that you play.
Try is currently trying to remember a setup. That's it. Looking for second damage frame here.
RunnerGuy again,
there it
resetting
is.
his console.
Equip hover boots, hold forward. Beautiful.
We're hitting the 2-hour mark here.
Try's about to do defeat Meg, Purple Poe, so he's about to close that out.
What the hell?
You don't remember the block puzzle?
I did not remember the block puzzle.
Yeah, this is the green Poe. You have to like get these blocks lined up in the proper order.
I thought they were all just staircase pose, but I guess not.
No, it's 2 staircase, 1 block puzzle, and then 1 mini boss.
Yeah, I completely forgot about this.
It's very weird.
Seems very annoying.
It's a little slow.
Can I say this? I feel like compared to like Elden Ring, obviously, the fights in this game are not that difficult.
Well, yes, this is a children's game from 1998.
Hey, I'm just saying, you know, I'm just saying, dude. Yo, baby game for babies, you know, that's what I'm saying.
That's like being like, yeah, compared to real driving, Mario Kart's like pretty easy. It's like, yeah, it's 2 completely separate things.
You know, compared to cooking mama, HelloFresh kind of hard. Like, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, cutting them onions, man. Let me tell you.
Hard, dude? What are you talking about?
Oh, man.
There are ways to make the fights in this game really difficult. Plus, I don't know, some of the boss fights at 3 hearts, when you're at the end of a race,
yeah,
are not chill.
I could see that.
OOTers, don't get baited. Hold strong.
Meg time.
So the one that spins is the one you want to shoot, but also technically the one who's correct, its shadow will appear slightly before the others. So if you want to go like crazy fast, you can technically do it. I was wrong both of these times.
Dude, nice flick around.
One more shot, I think.
There it is. Nice.
I was wrong every time.
In Elden Ring, you can one-shot all bosses without glitches. Who's the baby game now? Yeah, it takes like 4 hours of setup, dog. Like, I don't know what to... Hello?
Skill issue?
Like, what do you want? Literally 4 hours of setup, because you have to get everything.
Bro, Dom is now baited. Elden Ring for babies?
2 more Iron Knuckles. This is going to be the Iron Knuckle square for RunnerGuy, which at the very least is going to not do anything besides just be an extra square. No block.
Puts him on 6. Puts him on 6.
Does put him on 6.
I think all the blocks are done, I think.
There it is. No, but he could be progressing row 1, is what I'm saying, I guess.
Oh, sure. Yeah, Try needs to block row 1. I would imagine bottled contents will be the path for that, because he's already set it up.
Dude, honestly, if RunnerGuy just like clutches up and pushes row 1, that'd be so cool.
He has a lot of priority on row 1.
He does.
On Twin Rova and Lon Lon Ranch Skulls, he's a little ahead. Although the problem is he has to go back Child, and he hasn't beaten Forest Temple yet, whereas Try has. So actually, Try is totally fine on row 1 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Try is leaving row 1 open like way too long, I think. Because pretty soon he's going to have to do something he doesn't want to have to do.
Playing a game as an adult is OP in easy mode. Yeah. Yeah, as a kid I was dumb as shit, I'm not gonna lie. I tried playing this game and I got so frustrated with some of the puzzles.
I couldn't beat Forest Temple as a kid. I had to invite my friend Paul over to do it for me.
Bro, I had, like, getting to Jabu Jabu was the most exciting thing for me, and then I was stuck in there for days. Yo, shout out to Paul, dude.
Dude, shout out Paul. My goat.
Me when I'm Paul?
He shows up in my Twitch chat sometimes, actually.
That's cool. Are we getting magic here?
Yeah.
Guess for Din's Fire?
For Din's? He does know he needs to block row 1, right? Like, he does. He does know. Right? We decided that? Let me go back and look at our messages.
I'm pretty sure you said
I'm
you
pretty
have
sure.
to. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you said you have to block.
You cannot win with 13 goals until you have blocked all opposing player lines. Yes, that is a rule for this tournament.
Maybe he just thinks he has time.
Yeah.
We're getting the fire arrows here for Runner Guy, so that's one of the elemental arrows. Again, nothing in row 1. Like, I think if Runner Guy maybe wasn't as tilted and him remembering that, like, Try has to block row 1, him pushing that would be, like, top priority.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think, honestly, he might just be too tilted at this point.
I would imagine he's calm by now. Probably maybe just resigned his fate.
Bloom, 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 bloom. He's hovering all the way over there. That's gonna take a while, right?
Yeah, he had to do this yesterday too. It's like 9 or 10 bomb chews, I think.
That's not too bad, I guess.
Might just be doing it for the fans. It's possible.
Doing it for the boys.
Try is trying to decide what to do.
He's going child here.
He's going child. Actually, going child here is not bad for a couple of reasons. One, Din's Fire is child, but also, okay, he's actually leaving. He might also get Rudo's Letter as child, which would fill his second bottle slot and help him get to 7 different bottle contents, but he's now considering leaving. Never mind, he is staying. Never mind, he is leaving.
Is there an objective, by the way,
Never mind, he is staying.
Is there an objective on the board in the bingo list of like playing a song as child and as adult Link to the Scarecrow, the same song?
Scarecrow song has not been. It might have been a goal many versions ago, but it is not presently. Though I think that would be cool too.
Yeah, it's just like you have to play the same song as child and adult, so that kind of like pushes that too.
We almost added Summon a Scarecrow, but it was a bit long and we benched it. I don't know why I read that as benched.
Benched?
Benched. Yeah, benched. Okay, so Try is going to get Din's Fire. First, he's going to do reverse Door of Time Skip, which is actually far easier than normal Door of Time Skip. You just jump through this little gap and bada bing, bada boom.
No, it's very easy.
I think that he's going to do Din's Fire and then 7 different bottled contents is his path, I think.
Nice. Bridge skip here.
Very good from Runner Guy. Not messing it up this time. You love to see it.
Delivering the saw?
Yeah, prepping for Big Goron Sword in the bottom left. At this point, there are 8 squares left, and Runner Guy needs 7 of them. So he kind of needs to prep everything.
Is it ever explained as to why those guys, also in Kakariko Village, that like just constantly like pretty much like burp in your direction?
They are carpenters.
And...
So in Kakariko Village, they're building the archery minigame building.
Yeah.
And then here, they're building that bridge. But they get kidnapped by the Gerudo guards.
Well, that doesn't answer my question, though.
Why they're burping?
Why they're like, yeah, they like turn their head and they like, bah.
I think they're just strange individuals. I think they're just strange gentlemen.
Yeah. Just have like maybe like a bad diet.
Sure. I mean, you know, don't we all?
Yeah, they don't have dental.
I don't have dental, bro.
Oh, is this where it gets Din's fire? Or does it not matter which fountain you go to? It's just Din's fire?
No, it does matter. Yeah, it does matter.
It's this one's Din's fire? Oh.
Yep. Someone get this man dental? Okay. Someone get this country universal basic health care. I pay for my health insurance, and it is so expensive. I'm not going to spend an extra... Look, going to the dentist once a year is like $100, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So... would I like to pay $100 a month for dental insurance or just pay $100 once a year to go to the dentist?
Let me think about it.
You think I'm made of money?
You want to pay for dental?
Try just got Din's fire, so he's up to 12. I think he's going to go do bottled contents now. He's going to play Serenade here, probably. Oh. Nope. He's playing Prelude? Why not just go get Rudo's letter? Does he know he needs to block row 1?
Dude, just watch him hit 13 squares, and then he just, like, closes his game. And then we're just sitting here just like... Well, what's happening?
Okay, so he's going back adult. He's got Shadow Skulls open to him. He's done 2 of the 5.
Yeah, maybe he's doing Shadow Temple or he's doing Lon Lon Ranch.
Lon Lon Ranch, he would have had to have stayed child.
Yeah, true, true, true.
Save warping. Maybe going to Ganon's castle?
Why?
For bottle contents, I think. Because you can get blue fire. Can you get potions there?
I think RunnerGuy is trying to get 7 bottle. He's like calculating his head or something.
Oh yeah, you can get a fairy as well. Yeah, you can get fairy in Ganon's castle. There's a fairy and then there's the scrubs, which sell stuff. So Tri is going to have to get into Ganon's castle. He's going to hover there. This should close the match. Unless RunnerGuy is able to beat him to 7 bottle contents, this should close the match.
I think he is, because he was looking at his inventory for quite a while.
Yeah, so maybe.
I think RunnerGuy has 4 bottle contents at the moment.
Okay, now Tri is leaving.
What is happening?
Neither player can decide anything. Guys, you can do this. You can do this.
He's going back in? Oh, he's leaving. He's leaving. Oh, never mind. He's leaving. Oh. He's going for...
Why is he... What? This isn't a rando, bro. Oh, he doesn't have fish. He doesn't have a fish. I was like, this isn't rando, bro. This stone ain't gonna tell you nothing. Yeah, you can drop... Well, he needs...
It is 2:21 p.m.
Just dupe over... Oh, he can't... He can't dupe over nuts because he's gonna lose his bombs. He only has 1 C slot.
All right, yeah, dude, RunnerGuy is also going for bottle contents here. We have a race in bottle contents right now.
Oh my god, they both got a fish? I think that's too far from the Gossip Stone, maybe? Oh, no, he's not getting the fairy right here. He'll just get it later. He's going to Nocturne? Dude, what is happening? What is happening?
He's splitting progress, I think. I think he's just full-on splitting progress.
I guess so. Yeah, now he's just doing Shadow.
Do you understand? This is exactly how I feel during Elden Ring, dude.
Din's fire. He's using Din's to open Shadow. The goat.
Let's go. Boom. I love that animation, dude.
Yeah, it's so sick.
Although I do wish it had a different sound effect besides.
That was pretty accurate. That's pretty much what it sounds like.
It'd rather be like an actual like fire sound, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you got to remember the hardware was pretty limited at the time.
Yeah.
See, but the thing is, Try doesn't need 500 rupees because bro needs one square, dude. Bro needs one square to win.
Hardware is limited, yet we still have a pointy-boobed fairy, so I don't know.
So true, Dom.
Okay, reporting.
Can you win by majority if one line is open? No. You need to close every possible line to win.
Going Forest Temple. Is there something bottle-worthy in Forest Temple?
I gave up on knowing what the players were doing some time ago.
Fair.
I know that Triforce is doing 5 Shadow Skulls right now. I know RunnerGuy is staring at his pause menu, trying to figure out how to do bottled contents without losing 500 rupees.
Well, shit. Yeah. Yeah, so this is going to be GG's regardless.
Yeah.
Damn,
so
dude.
Tries on 3 Shadow Skulls. He's got 2 more, and they're pretty close to where he is right now. He just needs 1 more small key, and then he'll be able to access the last one. Add 4 corners. 4 corners plus center square could be interesting. The problem is how you just block it by getting 1 of the corners, I guess.
Yeah.
But, dude, I can't even see the diagonals, bro. You think I'm going to realize if my opponent is getting 4 corners plus center square, dude?
True.
I have diagonal blindness. I can't see that shit.
I think a lot of people do.
I don't know why. It's just hard mid-match to see it.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm fighting fucking, you know, Bale, I'm not like, huh, do they have the diagonals open?
Nice backflip.
That trick is super cool.
That is really cool. That is really cool.
All right, so he's just 1 skull away, and that'll close it. Tremendous play. Triforce played really well. I think he could have finished it with row 2, to be honest. But,
yeah.
You know, he expressed he doesn't like doing that, and this is definitely safer, right? To win by majority when you're this far ahead is safer, opening up more options for yourself. And it gave us more bingus, and really, who's upset about that? All right, here we go. He just needs to get
every single
rupees.
time I look at RunnerGuy's screen, it's just him in the inventory staring at his bottles, being like.
That's the last silver rupee. That door is now open. And here's the skull right behind this pot.
There it is.
Is GG's for Triforce.
GG's.
3250, the champion of our Ocarina of Time Bingo Brawlers exhibition weekend. GG's.
Let's go. Congrats, Triforce. Congrats.
Y'all good for post-game interview?
Diggity dog. Hot diggity dog.
Hot diggity dog. I've asked them both if they're good. Runner Guy says yes. Try has yet to respond. They both said yes. You can pull them in for post-game.
Let's go. All right, welcome in, guys. Welcome in. GG's. Try, man.
GG's, Triforce.
Thank you.
Yo, GG, man.
Thanks. Sorry if I was probably just pulling it out at the end there. Not pulling it out, but just dragging it out.
That's okay.
You're playing it safe from the looks of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I would have played it too.
Yeah, I mean, I did try to actually go for the row. I was like, I'm gonna get sniped at this, and I started working on it, and then you got it. So I was like, I'm not gonna do the Y. It's so tough.
I at least blocked the like row flex, so
Yeah,
I was
true,
worried
true.
about you. I mean, I thought you could get row 1 actually pretty quickly if you had Shadow Skulls and then contents, but the contents and the rupees, I think I felt pretty good about.
Yeah,
'cause I also you got me on 500 rupees, and I've been holding it just in case.
right. I probably got you on Wolfos too.
Yeah, I was in ice and salty, but I still got the other iron stuff somehow, which surprised me.
Yeah, the basically what happened was you did the boots in different orders, like or the contents of the equipment screen in a different order. So Try, you already had Goron Tunic, but Runner Guy didn't have it yet. And then neither of you had hover boots. But Try, you had already pre-prepped a heart piece as child in Zora area, whereas Runner Guy had not. The beginning of this match was actually very interesting because Runner Guy went adult far earlier than Triforce by like a pretty substantial margin.
I was super worried. I was like 15 minutes behind in prep.
You were, yeah.
What was looking at when the board was revealed from the very beginning, like what was the game plan from each of you? Runner Guy, if you want to go first.
Sure.
Like looking at the board, like what was something that like stuck out to you the most, and like what was the routing thought? Because you guys did go differently from the very beginning.
So I didn't see a ton of like quick gimme child goals, or even ones that you could commit like 5 or 10 minutes to and get, like 2 or 3 squares. So I was thinking Triforce would also see that and he'd go adult quickly. I was like, if Triforce goes adult quickly, which is generally what he would, I have seen from him, I wanted to at least get some things. So I worked on some skulls. I was like, I'll get some skulls. And I really liked Funny enough, I made the choice of like, I'm going to try and sneakily figure out how to do row 2 by like getting 29 skulls and getting like everything but 1 tunic, and like how do I order this in a way? And then I thought Triforce would be scared of the bomb bag 30 and like not want to do it.
Well, so interestingly, both of you were sort of holding off on bomb bag 30 because of the quiver, right? Because like you don't want to lock yourself out of the bow shooting goals. So Try actually just went back to Child 2 and got legit bomb bag 30 eventually.
I figured as much after a while.
Yeah, but after it was held for an hour and a half, like
I was going to, my plan was to beat the water, and like I wanted Triforce to go to the saw. I don't. What did you think, Triforce? There really just wasn't enough saw. Like
the saw was way too long too. I was really scared because I didn't see very much good Eve trade quests. So I did stop pretty late actually, maybe an hour and a half in.
Yeah. So I was hoping that you would still do saw, and then it's like, well, I'll just stop at Kojiro and get those 5 things and like just win.
Right.
Because I thought about, I woke up this morning and I was like, how do I beat Triforce today? And I figured the late game is tough for me. I feel like he's better at like picking around and getting things. Even if it was close, like we were at like 7-7 or something, I feel like I'm at a disadvantage late game. It's like, I need to just find a row that's sneaky and go for it. And if it doesn't work out, then it kind of crashes and burns. But at least I felt like that was my best chance. So
Smart. That's a smart game plan, though. And it's good to come in with a game plan, too.
Yeah.
And I haven't revealed that or showed that to anybody. Like,
yeah, not at all.
About that, so...
Yeah, I was sort of thinking of doing the same thing, but no row really stuck out to me. I don't even remember what I was thinking. So, but if I did get a row going, I was planning to actually try to execute on it.
Interesting, because I felt like you could have actually closed row 2 quite some time ago. Like, you had Bombag 30, Water Temple, and 3 Tunics and Boots, and you were holding like 23 skulls, 24 skulls, and I was like, oh, well, if he just does Adult Dungeon skulls, he's double dipping anyway. So, like, you know,
yeah, the Spirit was such a big commitment, I thought, especially because I hadn't done Saw yet, so I was going to end up at Spirit without Saw, and still there's like Twin Noroba and Knuckles, so I felt kind of nervous about that, but it's true. If I really committed to it, I maybe could have beaten it, but if that didn't pan out, I was kind of in a pretty bad spot with the prep, so...
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't know. It's maybe not as entertaining to watch when it's
no, I mean, look, you got to do what you
No,
do.
you're good, you're good. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Yeah, I was also worried, like, I don't know why I got Dins at the end. I had a really bad decision making at both the beginning and end, and I think RunnerGuy probably could have, if he had Saw, taken Shadow Skulls, and maybe he still pulled out row 1 to win. I don't know. Because I didn't go to Spirit at all. And
the bottle, I was the last, I don't know if you guys saw it stream, like the last
you were...
5 minutes, I'm like, I want the bottled content, but I have no idea how to
Bro, RG, every time we looked over at your screen, you were just like head in hand looking at the pause menu, like trying to figure out the
It is an ugly type of square to try and...
It is,
balance. But it's even worse when you have 500 rubies, and I'm like,
yes.
I'm gonna unclick it and do this RB, and then find like 50 ruby chests. Like,
right.
But yeah, that ended up being
RG, did you realize that you intentionally 2 days in a row did the minimum number of squares to block all the rows?
Because when I marked that one, I was like, I'm gonna bring that up to 8F. Look, I'm losing 5 to 10, but I got the 5 that were needed.
You did
all the rows.
You did again.
That's my thing.
Dude, hey, look.
That's pretty cool.
Well, Triforce, any other thoughts on what sort of got you the dub here? Anything you thought was interesting, or any plays or routing you thought was interesting?
I think I really like to hop around as much as I could to just throw RunnerGuy off as much as I could. Like I wanted to rush Fairy Bow after I got the Iron Boots stuff. I was like, hey, I have Serenade. I could just pop in, get water. And then I just did the top 2 pods and left. I was like, there's no way that he's going to do Meg after he saw I got Fairy Bow. So I'll just dip and do like Deku Skulls. And I saw he did some other stuff. And like GTG was like, I'll dip over to the Hyrule Field Skulls. So I was trying to half prep some stuff here and there. I did like 2 Shadow Skulls and ran around a lot.
That's sort of...
It easily could have backfired.
There's a method that we have sort of adopted over time as the meta has developed in Elden Ring Lockout, which we call like splitting map presence, which is basically what you're talking about. If you have a heavy lead in square count, you can afford to like prep 5 goals at once, and then whatever your opponent does, you just do the other 4. And so it's a really good way to hold a lead. So like you're not worried about getting sniped on one thing because you're prepping nicely. So I thought, whether it's entertaining to watch or not is irrelevant. It gets the win.
Is interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a strategist and you like that type of thing, it's very interesting to see.
Yeah, exactly.
How to move around when you have a lead. That like Triforce does. He's got 4 in row 2. He knows what I'm going for. Okay, I ended up getting that one, but he's now prepped for so many other things because I really was tunneling bad. Not even on that one. Before that, even I was like, I have to get something in row 5 and column 5, and I really wanted the Deku Skulls and the containers because I had 3 containers. It's like I still didn't have a way to shoot yet, so I had to like track my way back to ice arrows, and I probably should have just had that earlier, but I was tunneling on trying to block those rows so early, even though Triforce only had like 2 squares in them, and it was like it's not really a threat yet, but I'm like,
well, it's hard, man. Like there's so much going on in Lockout all at once. There's so many goals to keep track of, and especially in OOT, like there are goal dependencies, right? Like there are goals that in a either secondary or tertiary way will affect a different goal. So like it's just a lot to keep track of. So it's easy to tunnel.
Yeah, that's always tough. It's the same thing in like Elden Ring Bingo too.
Yeah.
Like there's so much happening that sometimes like you lose track of what it can affect in a different square. All of a sudden, like you make a
so
synergy all of a
classic,
sudden, you know, like there is really no synergy, but then you start progressing towards a square and like, oh, well now I have the synergy or whatever. So yeah, it's tricky. But GG's, man. GG's to both you guys.
Yeah.
It was really fun to watch. That water temple was painful.
Oh yeah, that was a water temple snipe, by the way. Try you sniped him by like maybe 40 seconds.
Yeah, I was fighting. Morph had just started moving, so.
Wow, that's crazy because I think you marked something else. You marked KD, and I was like, all right, I got time. I was already in water.
Yeah,
but,
no, I was moving there. I was like, I want KD water heart containers.
Right.
Because then you did Berry Bow, and I was like, he's got Phantom Ganon. And I thought you did Bongo when you did Hover Boots. I don't know if you did or not.
No, my fourth one was KD, actually. I got the fake bomb bag and my remaining souls in DC.
That's where I perceive a threat, like, for heart containers more than it was. Like, I didn't need to panic and do all those bosses, but I felt like I needed to. Type of deal, but... Yeah, it was fun. It was fun regardless. Good weekend, honestly. Thanks you guys again for putting it on.
Yeah, of course.
No, 100%. Thanks so much for participating. Really appreciate that, guys. Thanks for showcasing, bingo and your skill. And taking the time to do that is awesome. So thank you very much. And thanks so much for participating. There's nothing else on my end. Adif, do you have any other questions for the players?
No, I'm just excited that the weekend went well. Check out these players. Follow them on Twitch. Both of them are very great bingo players. RG plays bingo, I think, every Sunday with Ball.
It's a form of bingo, yeah.
It's a type of bingo. And Tri is obviously doing bingo races regularly as well. And GG's, of course, to Triforce, our champion for the Bingo Brawlers exhibition weekend for OT. Big claps. GG's, dude. Not an easy path to victory. Beating both Garg and RunnerGuy, very impressive.
Yeah, both really good players. I will give one tiny shout out, not to me, but to Bingo. If you enjoyed Ocarina of Time Bingo, there's a rookie tournament going on right now. So Bingo, there's tons of people learning Bingo, and everyone just by watching this learned quite a lot. So there's a lot of restreams, Adif, that you also check out. OOTV is a community channel that we host a lot of Bingo if you want to see more Ocarina of Time Bingo. But yeah, it's really great. I think RunnerGuy can double check with me, but Ocarina of Time may be the birthplace of Bingo in general. We're kind of going back to the roots of where it all started. So
this was the first Bingo game, and then it moved into SM64, I think, although nobody plays it anymore. But yeah, this was on the birthplace of Bingo. Was here in OOT.
Let's go. Let's go. All right, well, thanks so much for playing today, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Thanks so much for being here. And maybe we'll see you in the future,
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anytime.
Yeah, no problem. Have a great rest of your day, guys.
Take care.
All right, see ya.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.